Not sure if you added mock drafts
All
tonight,
right,
but I
hold on.
did.
Okay, we're live. Sorry, folks.
All right.
I'm doing all the handiwork that Connor usually does. Um, Let me just make sure I can see it pop up here. Yep. Okay, we're good to go. Let me just check my audio. Okay, we're live. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I just need to make sure everything is going right because I'm handling all the tech stuff. Connor will be on soon, but he's on a work trip right now. Thank you all for joining us here for the 7th annual Master Plan Live Draft Reaction Stream. It's going to be a great night. Of course, joining us. I don't know how many times you've done this, Andrew. It's been a lot, though. This is what, year 4 or
I
5 at
believe this
least?
is this is my fifth time because I've been on every year since 21, skipping 2024 because I
Because you
was
were
in another
abroad.
country.
Yeah. So it's a
Yes.
special night. For those of you watching at home, thank you for choosing us. While we might not have the graphics of ESPN, we do have no commercials. So there are some benefits to being with us. Obviously, the Bruins are on tonight. That is why I'm repping this team. Patriots will not be picking until the end of the first round if they don't trade out of it. We'll have some stuff to discuss with them regarding head coach Mike Vrabel. There's a lot going on tonight, but I first want to
Yeah.
start off by saying two things. I have two statements. Number one, dreams will be made tonight by 32 different individuals. There will be teams that have great drafts, great first rounds, and there will be teams that have really bad first rounds. And it's going to be a great night. I'm so excited to see what happens. I feel like there's going to be a lot going on. This feels like there's, outside of the top, maybe first pick, there's a lot of um, sort of question marks about who's
Unknown.
going where. Certainly today, I've seen multiple different reports about what the Jets are going to do at the second overall pick. And the second thing I have to say, everybody, is Vontae Mack, no matter what. No matter what, you take Vontae Mack. Um, if you watch Draft Day, you know what I'm talking about. Andrew, kind of give us your perspective. Give us your 2 cents about what does this draft mean for you? What are your thoughts? And then we'll jump into Mendoza time.
Yeah, Mendoza time coming up for sure, but I'll go through. I don't believe we have it up on the screen. I'll go through the highlights of what I've got for a mock draft tonight. I think one thing that a lot of people have been talking about is how high Jeremiah Love is going to go because when we talk about Jeremiah Love, we're looking at a running back prospect who is really historic amongst running back prospects. We're looking at another Saquon Barkley, another Bijan Robinson. This guy, I think, is almost a guarantee to go top 10. There's a lot of people saying he could go third overall.
Yep.
Personally, I've got him going seventh to the Commanders. I think for a guy like Jeremiah Love, we're in such a committee-oriented era of running
We
backs.
are.
I would love to see him land in a place where he can be the guy, the workhorse. Because if you remember, a couple years back, did work out in the end with Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions, but Jahmyr Gibbs had to split reps with David Montgomery his first probably year and a half.
Yep.
So, like, that's not something you want if you're Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. I'll talk about Jeremiah Love in just one second. I just want to. I didn't mention it before. If you are watching, and if you do tune in later, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I will be reading comments tonight. So if you comment, ask a question, say whatever you want, we will be responding. I actually have comments, the comment chat, the chat on 3 different windows. So if I miss it, I must be blind. But to Jeremiah Love, I think he's going to go in the top 10. I don't think he should go in the top 10. I am pretty
Really?
neutral on Jeremiah Love. I think that, like, he's a good prospect. Nothing that I am crazy about. He's great out of the backfield. He does it all. He does it all well. But he doesn't excite me. He doesn't shake the game up. That being said, if you take a look at my mock draft, I am going fourth. Um, People have criticized me for my mock draft. They said, Michael, how come you have the Jets taking 2 edges in the top 10, not using their
Okay,
2
you have the
picks?
Jets taking 2 edges. I have them taking 1 edge, but
Yes.
then I have them taking Denzel Boston with their next pick. That's a little bit of a reach, but I've been looking at the rumors. It's looking like we could see 4 receivers in the top 16, and that fourth is looking like it could be Denzel Boston.
We'll get to Denzel Boston in a second. Not a fan of Denzel Boston, despite the fact that I love the city of Boston, The wide receiver with that last name is mediocre, maybe at best. Yeah, I have the Jets trading up, taking a second edge, getting both Ruben Bain and David Bailey. Do I think it's going to happen? Absolutely not. Um, but I like to have fun. If you don't have fun with your mock draft, you're really not doing the right thing. All right, you need to appreciate the mock draft. You need to have fun with it. And if it ends up happening, I will look like a genius. And if it doesn't, then it's okay because it was never going to happen anyways.
Now, who I do want to talk about is he's the third receiver off my board in my mock draft, but I'd say he's my top receiver prospect. Like if I was the GM, this guy would be going top 10. I love Makai Lemon out of USC.
See, you've lost me there. I cannot stand Makai Lemon. I think and I said this, I think he is the biggest bust of the first round tonight. That's my take.
Really?
I think
Really?
I think of any player who's being mocked highly, like top 20 or anything better than that, I think he's terrible. I think he's one of the worst players I've ever seen.
What do you see that screams terrible with Makai Lemon?
And listen, by terrible, I don't mean like terrible. He's obviously a great player, but I think he should not be drafted in the first round. He should be a mid-round, second-round pick. That's like middle of the second round. So my thoughts on Makai Lemon. I'll read him out because I put out 17 pages this year of draft analysis. I'll read you verbatim. Lemon is a solid wide receiver prospect coming out of USC. He has strong hands and a motor and is a physical wide receiver, particularly for his size. Lemon has solid hands and understands the game well. However, his speed is not necessarily one of his strong points. For me, Lemon's tape isn't extremely impressive, and I don't value sort of what he did in college. He took a lot of screen passes. He's not super fast. His hands aren't like unreal. He doesn't do anything crazy. I look at Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson as the top two wide receivers in terms of pure talent. I watch those guys on the field, and you can tell immediately that they know exactly what they're doing. They're dynamic wide receivers. They're playmakers. And I just think I watch Makai Lemon. I don't see any of that. I don't see anything that impresses me with his game outside of, a high-end wide receiver too who's, good, yards after catch.
But there's plenty of screen pass guys that have succeeded in the NFL.
There are. I just don't think he's one of them. I don't think he's fast enough to do it. Like, you don't draft a screen pass guy in the top 20. Like, his usage is so limited, and he's not even going to be good at the NFL doing what he did in college because he's just not fast enough. So
but then again, you do have more proof of production with Makai Lemon than you do with Tate and Tyson. I mean, yes,
sure,
Carnell
but
Tate
they're
was
so much more dynamic.
Jeremiah Smith, and Tyson maybe not the best quarterback situation.
I don't value production so crazily for wide receivers, especially given different situations. It's like if that guy can run a route and is very talented, and you can see that on tape, like that's what I'm valuing. I don't care what their stats were. I care, can that guy run a go route and get separation off the line? And if the answer is yes, I trust him. And if not, there's no point in even talking about him. And that's why I don't like Denzel Boston.
The question is if GMs are on the same page as you.
Oh, they're not. I think that's why I have him mocked to the Miami Dolphins, because the Dolphins are a mess. I
have the Ravens taking him.
Yeah, I mean, those are two teams that draft wide receivers pretty poorly historically. I mean, outside of Jalen Waddle, I guess. But Zay Flowers is all right. I think Makai Lemon would be the perfect, terrible, mid-wide receiver for both of those teams. Ouch. That just doesn't move the needle. Now, let's get on to Mendoza, because we do need to give him his time, because after he's picked, we are not going to talk about him at all. There's just no chance.
Like, do we think that Fernando Mendoza definitely an obvious number one pick.
He's going one.
Where do we think that he compares to some of these previous number one picks? You look at a Cam Ward, a Trevor Lawrence.
Absolutely.
Some of these past quarterbacks. That's what I want to hear from you.
I think when I watched Mendoza's tape, I liked his tape. I didn't love his throwing motion. I think he's a little bit like, what's the right word? I think he's a little bit bulky sometimes in his throwing motion. It just doesn't look as fluid as even Ty Simpson. You watch Ty Simpson's tape, that guy knows how to throw a football like purely. But I digress. What I love about Mendoza isn't necessarily what's on the field. I love his intangibles, right? When we talk about quarterbacks, being a quarterback isn't just about diagnosing the play at the line of scrimmage, making the right read, making the right throw, which is all, by the way, all stuff that he does. It's, are you a leader? Can you get your team to buy into you? Are you a good captain? And I think when I look at Fernando Mendoza, he is a upstanding gentleman who is going to be able to lead a
Stand-up guy, yeah.
franchise. He is
Him,
calm, confident. He is strong mentally. He played for a team that won the national championship, right? You watch him on the field, he gave everything for that national championship. He dove across, right? He literally reached the ball out for that first down, took hits. He gave everything to Indiana, which was not a football school prior to sort of him being the quarterback there. And I think when you
to be
watch what he
fair
did,
though,
you watch his commitment, and yes, there are some problems, and yes, he's not a day one starter. He's got to develop as a quarterback. But
he
I
was in the
think
Kurt Cignetti system. You have to wonder, is the Clint Kubiak system going to be as rewarding for him
I,
as
I
his
think
college?
so. There's plenty of talent on that team, on that offense. And again, he's not starting day one. There was a report that came out today. Kirk Cousins is going to be the day one starter, almost certainly.
Well, of course,
In
you're going to hype up your Kirk Cousins.
well, I mean, have to, but almost certainly he's going to be the day one starter. So the question is, can they develop Mendoza? And I think when you look at Mendoza, he's got all the intangibles. He's got the stuff that you can't teach a quarterback. He's got the stuff that you want in your quarterback. He is not a hey, I want stats, I want MVP. I want to win. And that's what you want in
Yeah,
a quarterback. That's what the Patriots have with Drake May. And if you compare sort of that mentality across the league and you look at quarterbacks who are successful versus those who aren't, quarterbacks who tend to put themselves first are the ones who tend to struggle, especially while they're young, because they just
that's very true. You
don't
look at
buy into
Shador
that team
Sanders.
atmosphere. And, Shedeur Sanders is that type of guy. And, you know, I think there are plenty of other young quarterbacks who do fit that mold. And we'll see what that looks like going down the road. But Mendoza's the guy. I love what I saw in his tape. He's athletic, he's strong, he's tall. He makes the right read almost every time. He makes a lot of good throws. And he did it with a good team around him, sure, but he led that offense. Like, let's not get confused. And I think he's going to be a difference maker at the next level. So Mendoza to me, a guy that you have to like, a guy that you have to love. And I think for the Raiders, excited about this pick. Not even looking at anyone else. There's no need to. Mendoza's the guy. It was very clear watching his tape. It was very clear, watching him all season. Like, I don't always think the quarterback who wins the national championship game is the best quarterback. In this case, he is, not because of just what he did on the field, but because of what he did off the field. Um,
Yeah,
and that's why I love him. That's why I love
yeah,
Mendoza. I think this is the
same
type
here.
of guy for a franchise like the Raiders who can turn the team around. This isn't just a guy who is the next one in line. He is the guy that has to set the new standard for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think he's the type of guy, he has the type of personality to do that.
The thing is, I see more a Bo Nix than I see a Patrick Mahomes, a Justin Herbert. If you're looking across the division, I see a guy who's certainly going to help the franchise get to a new level and provide serviceable quarterback play. But I also don't see him as a guy that's single-handedly going to win the Raiders games. He's just going to allow the Raiders to utilize what they already have in that system.
100%. Yes, I think the Raiders system, like I don't think he's necessarily the most dynamic quarterback in terms of what he can do, but they could also develop him. I mean, again, he's a winner. And that's what you want in a quarterback drafted out of college, especially in this year. Like, it is a weaker quarterback class. I mean, the next two guys off the board almost certainly are going to be Ty Simpson and Garrett Nussmeier. I think those
Do
are.
you see any Joe Burrow in him? Given Joe Burrow came into the NFL as a winner and then went number
I
one
mean,
to the
Joe Burrow
Bengals.
was so ridiculously talented coming out of college. I see some of the I see some of the same mentality, some of the same perspective, but Mendoza's got a long way to go. In terms of Mendoza being Goff or Lawrence, I think he's better than Goff or Lawrence. I think he's technically better than Jared Goff, and I think he's a better leader than Trevor Lawrence. So he doesn't have necessarily that unreal talent that maybe Trevor Lawrence had, and maybe he doesn't have like well, I don't know what Jared Goff does that's better than Mendoza coming out of college, but I will say, no doubt, I love his mentality way more than Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, the difference that I see startling between the two is Mendoza's the type of guy who takes care of the football. Trevor Lawrence historically is horrendous at taking care of the football. So,
The TD int ratio for Mendoza was incredible
it
this
was
year.
incredible, and he takes care of the football in the red zone too, which is, as we know, the most important thing. I mean, that's what we need. And I just think Mendoza to me is the guy, and I'm so excited about him going forward. I really believe that he is a guy who can make things change for the Raiders. By the way, folks, if you see me turn this way, I'm just checking the Bruins score. They're an important team. I might actually move them over here as the game goes, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, Mendoza's the guy. I think I really like him. Andrew, uh, let's get to who is going to be who is your second quarterback off the board, and does a quarterback go tonight besides Mendoza?
I think there's definitely a chance for another quarterback to go, but I think it has to do more with need than it has to do with the quarterback actually being deserving of going tonight. Ty Simpson, really the obvious candidate to be that second quarterback off the board. I have the Browns actually taking a chance on him in my mock draft. I know they have Shador, but I feel like if given their history, not necessarily trusting the quarterbacks that they're drafting for that long. They have them on short leashes. But when it comes
To
down
say the
to it,
least.
yeah, when it comes down to it, I think there's a number of different quarterbacks that could be something in the NFL, but there's no guarantees. You have Nussmeier, you have Carson Beck,
Drew
Drew Aller,
Aller.
Chase Dubnik, Sawyer Robertson. All of these guys are going to be sort of they're high risk picks, but I will say probably one of them ends up being high reward. I like Sawyer Robertson as kind of a day 2, day 3
I
flyer
do
for a
too.
team to
I didn't
maybe
watch
be a
his tape.
sneaky good quarterback.
I didn't watch his tape, but Connor and I were talking about him a little bit. I like him. Now, I will say this. So, I think Ty Simpson goes tonight. I think
I
Ty
agree.
Simpson goes tonight. And I think he goes way higher than people expect. People are quarterback hungry, and I love Ty Simpson's tape. I mean, listen, people are ragdolling Dan Orlovsky, and I say that name because he's a
I'm
Schlov.
always suspect of an Alabama quarterback that isn't doing that great of things at Alabama because you have, I mean, yeah, it's not the same as it was under Nick Saban, but you have such a good
Tanner
football system.
Janot! Sorry. 1-0.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Anyway, let's go Bruins. But anyways, yeah, I look at Ty Simpson and I see like the Alabama quarterbacks that have gone the last few years and haven't done much in college, your Jalen Milrow types. Like that's my concern with Ty
All
Simpson.
right, Andrew, here we go. Should we even do we even need to watch what happens?
No, we know what happened. First overall pick.
Mendoza! Shocker.
Oh yeah,
Shocker. Everybody's shocker. The guy that
my
everyone thought was going one overall went one overall. Um, just to put that last button on Mendoza as we see him with his family. By the way, love that he's a family man. Again, think in Las Vegas, you need a quarterback who is not going to be distracted by the many distractions that
how many
exist in that
quarterbacks
city.
have a LinkedIn page? Like,
Yeah,
it,
I don't know. Not
what
many.
just
Um,
vibe. There's vibes in that locker
yes.
room for those.
So I think he's a winner. I think he's a great quarterback. I love him. And I'm rooting for him. He's a guy that's easy to root for. And I think with Tom Brady in the building, I think with a great young offensive mind like Kubiak in the building, and I think that with Kirk Cousins sort of mentoring him through that first season, he is set up for success. So Vegas fans got to be
How about go
happy.
with Michael Penix Jr.?
Yeah, let's not bring up Michael Penix Jr. in that draft night. Probably the funniest Twitter Spaces reaction I've ever seen in my life to a pick. Um, but yes, okay. Now, on to what I was talking about quarterbacks. I think Ty Simpson goes tonight. His tape is unbelievable. I get what you're saying about being apprehensive about Alabama quarterbacks, but dude, his tape, his throwing motion, unbelievable. So
And I think the
really,
GMs see that. So I have no doubt that Simpson has a shot to go tonight. This is just my personal
yes.
evaluation. I have reservations with
Oh,
honestly every
absolutely, I
single
do. I
quarterback in this
100% I
class.
do.
This is not a good quarterback class. If we compare to previous years, I know Mendoza, it definitely avoids this being another 2022, but outside of Mendoza, this definitely is giving vibes of 2022.
Yes, but I think so many people have underrated this class, and I really do like Ty Simpson, but he again, no one is a day one starter. Ty Simpson's a guy that you got to sit on the bench and let cook for at least a year. But for a team like the Cardinals, and I'm not saying it the third overall pick, but for a team like the Cardinals, take take Ty Simpson, let him sit for a year, tank, get a great wide receiver, another player, whoever you want, then you're set up because they do have a good offensive line. And you have no need to play them. You're not a good team anyways. But let's talk about the New York Jets, Andrew, a team that has 2 first-round picks tonight, heavily mocked uh, uh, David Bailey. Then there were reports that they canceled his visit, so now it's back to Arvell Reese. It's between the two. Who are they going with and why? And do the Jets make a good pick here?
See, I think when I look at Arville Reese, I see him as more of a 4-3 linebacker type, not necessarily a guy that you're going to put on the edge right away. And the New York Jets just got rid of Jermaine Johnson. They need, if they're not going to get a quarterback here, which with Dante Moore going back to college, they're not getting a quarterback here. You need an edge rusher. And I think David Bailey is the perfect guy to fill that role. If you want a guy who can just get sacks and produce sacks at a high rate, David Bailey tied for the lead in all of college football with 14 and a half sacks, and the tape was there to back it up.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like Arvell Reese more as a prospect. I think he's so dynamic on the field. He was
That's true.
astounding to me. David Bailey, though, I agree with you, is sort of the more prototypical edge. And so I think that's sort of
And
where
that's
the
what the
Jets,
Jets need.
right, and that's sort of where they land. I think they take David Bailey despite them canceling a visit. It's just the Jets are the Jets, man. They are a
You
weird
know why they
team.
canceled the visit? Because they knew they were going to take him. So
Well, it's all
why?
smoke screens. That's what everything is tonight. Everything is a smoke
Yeah.
screen until it
All
happens. And then when it happens, it's like, well, that was a smoke screen. So you sort of have to be able to see through the clouds, except for the clouds are like just like a wall of smoke and you just have no idea. So you just have to like try to guess
yeah.
what's going on behind it.
But
The pick is in.
like,
So, you know,
oh, that
we're
was
about to
quick.
see. Yeah. By the way, folks, the NFL moved it down from 10 minutes to 8 minutes. Um so picks will be coming in quicker tonight, which means hopefully we're not here all night because it takes a lot of energy to do this, and I
That'd be good.
want to keep that energy throughout the stream, um, which can be challenging if we're sitting here, you know, 3 hours in and we're waiting on picks. But I really like the Jets. I think that they make a trade. I hope we get a trade in the next pick for the Cardinals. That would be awesome. Um,
Back to back, throwback to the Texans in
I don't think they do
2024 with
that, but
Stroud and
I
Andrews.
think the Chiefs might be calling the Cardinals and saying, "Hey, like, you get that pick." That would be cool.
What are the Chiefs looking for
All
here?
right,
Because when I look at
we'll get to
their
that in a
needs,
second. Here is the Jets pick. Two for two, two for two, two
same
for
here.
two.
Our mocks
Woo!
are perfect.
Well, apparently, I know a lot about football. I mean, I don't know why you'd ever listen to Mel Kiper when you can just listen to me yell. You're both
Yeah.
people are gonna yell, except one of us is correct. It's a good pick. I am not. David Bailey's great player. He doesn't
Oh, it's a great
scream
pick.
number 2 overall pick. Um, I like him.
Does anybody scream number 2 overall pick though? I don't think anybody
Arvo
does.
Reese, man, is so good. He really is so good. I wish they picked Arvo Reese, but it's a solid pick for the Jets. I think it's one of those picks that when we revisit in 4 or 5 years, we're going to say he's a really solid player. I don't think this guy's an all-pro. He's, you know, an occasional Pro Bowler, but he's a guy who you're going to put on the defensive line. He's going to play there, and he's going to get sacks. He's going to produce. I don't think he's a guy who's going to be ever talked about as one of the best edges in the league, but he's going to be talked always about as a solid guy who you know is going to produce season after season after season.
This guy, once he gets into his groove, is giving you 10 sacks a year.
I actually agree with that. I think that's a good take. 10 sacks a year, I think, is where he sits. Yep.
Yep, that's what you're gonna get, but that consistency is valuable. If you're getting a guy who is at least like a top 20 edge in the league as your lead edge rusher, that's a sweet spot where you want to be. That means you have a good pass rush, an above average most likely pass rush.
Yep.
And yeah, the Jets, the reason I wouldn't have really liked Arvell Reese as much here, if you think about it, the Jets just signed Demario Davis this offseason.
Right, and I think that's sort of like the reason why they took Bailey. Like I think Bailey fits their system better, which is why why I think that they picked him. And I think that's in sort of that way it's the correct pick. Now,
you can't always go BPA. That's the thing. Like
right.
You got to fill some needs.
Now, for the Cardinals here, what are they doing, Andrew? Because it's been talked about so much. Are they going to trade back? Are they taking a pick? What are they doing?
Even though it's a bit of a reach, I think they stick, and I think they take Francis Mauigoa out of Miami.
Wow. Do they really need a tackle though? They do have some decent like. They have a decent offensive line.
Fine, but I feel like if you swing him over to the right side and get a true bona fide left tackle, that really sets you up well.
I don't think they go, Matt. I don't think he's. I don't know if he's a solid tackle though for his NFL career. I mean, his arms are a little short.
Either way, you have two pretty reliable.
I don't think they're going. I don't think they're going tackle either. I think they go Arvell Reese, or they trade back. Those are the two options that make sense in my mind. It's too high for anyone else.
Playing with an Arvell Reese pick here. Arvell Reese would certainly fill a need for the Cardinals.
Yes, I have Arvell Reese going here in my mock draft. I just have the Chiefs taking him. I don't have the Cardinals there. I have the Chiefs jumping up to take him.
I had Maui go to the Cardinals here.
It's gonna be an interesting pick. Like this is the pick that where in my mind the draft really begins, because I was very confident in Mendoza, pretty confident in David Bailey. Then it's all hell breaks loose here, because no one really knows what the Cardinals want to do. They haven't really been set in like, hey, are we going to take a quarterback, or are we gonna draft Arvell Reese, or are we going to trade down with someone else? They're certainly fielding calls. We've got under 2 minutes left on the clock for them, so they're definitely fielding calls, Andrew. I mean, you can tell.
Yeah.
You know when a team is fielding calls, and you know when a team is gonna make a pick. Usually when it gets under 2 minutes, especially at the beginning of the draft, it's like, okay, you knew.
I feel like this has been common knowledge that they're fielding calls at the very least. The question is whether these calls are for Reese or whether the smoke about Jeremiah Love is going to come true here, and Love.
Yeah, I would not like a Jeremiah Love pick here. I just think it's like.
It is a bit of a reach.
It's like you don't need a running back. I'm sorry, you just don't.
Running backs. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am fully faithful, and some of those things that you said about Fernando Mendoza, I see in Jeremiah Love, even though he's at the running back position.
The pick is in. Cardinals are going to make a pick. So, in your mind, it's between Love and Reese. Those are the two guys who you're sort of between right now.
If there was a trade, but I feel like the Cardinals, the reason they were looking to trade down is maybe to get an O lineman. So maybe they just take one here.
I think it's way too high. Like,
and that's why they were trying to get out of the pick. So maybe, do you go BPA or do you just get the guy that you wanted anyways with the trade down?
I think they go Arvell Reese. Just take your edge. They need an edge.
Again, I do see him more as an off-ball linebacker, but they need that too. I won't deny that.
Yeah. Why not get a guy who can do both?
You put him at the will linebacker position, like that would work.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if Jeremiah Love doesn't go here, he goes to the Titans. I don't think he should go to the Titans. It's like, why do the Titans need a running back?
I think he could fall to Washington, honestly, because the Titans could be looking at Sonny Styles if they can't get Arvell Reese.
See, I like Sonny Styles going to the Giants. I think they.
I had Reese to the Titans and Styles to the Giants after the Cardinals took a tackle. So
I mean, listen,
I do
this
see the
this
vision.
is I think this is sort of a pivotal pick if you're a Giants fan right now. You better be watching because this pick right here could change how
Oh,
the rest of your first round goes.
I'm on the NFL.com website.
All right,
so
don't
I made
spoil
it
it for me.
today. I will not tell you who the pick is, but I was surprised.
Wow. Okay. There you go. Running back. Bad pick. Bad pick.
Jeremiah Love.
Bad pick. Don't need a running back.
So this Cardinals backfield right now. Let's break it down for a second here. It was kind of a muddle.
Don't need a running back.
Before this draft because you had Tyler Algier, James Conner, Trey Benson. You could have made that committee work.
I mean, the team is going to be
Jeremiah
bad.
Love is an upgrade over any of those guys.
Oh,
and he
sure,
can now
but
be the workhorse. So I don't hate the pick. I
But
don't
why does a bad team need a star running back? Like, why? They already have plenty of running backs.
certainly gives them an offensive weapon that people have to game plan for. I think that's something to keep in mind.
When
It doesn't
Jacoby
really feel like-
Brissett is your starting quarterback, I don't think it matters.
Like they could have made this work
like,
with the backfield they have.
I don't understand why you need a guy like that now, because you're starting Jacoby Brissett next season.
I give this pick like a B though. I don't think it's
C minus.
or-
Nothing.
okay,
Nothing.
B minus. I'll be fair. but,
Nothing
like,
super against Jeremiah Love. I think he's a solid player.
He's a locker room guy, just like Mendoza is. If you want to
Yeah,
talk
but
up
who?
Mendoza, you got
But I mean, it's a running back, man. Like they're dime a dozen. Like, who cares? Like you have James Conner. He was fine last year. You have Tyler Algier. Like you've plenty of good running backs, and you're just adding another one. Like, okay.
but
Like
given,
he's gonna be good in fantasy. He's gonna get a ton of dump offs from
Oh,
Jacoby Brissett.
love Jeremiah Love for fantasy.
It's gonna
That
be great for
completely
fantasy. I mean,
estimates the value of James Conner. and
listen,
Tyler
when
Algier, but
the Cardinals are
no
down
one's
by
got-
25 points in the fourth quarter, Jacoby Brissett's just gonna be all night long because there's nowhere else to go. It's ridiculous, and I think this is a good move for the Titans. You know, it's fantastic
Yeah.
that he was picked here, so the Titans
And it's
don't
good for the
ruin their
Giants.
entire franchise.
So now you have the Titans and the Giants with your top two linebackers out of Ohio State still on the board in Reese and Sonny Styles. I have no doubt that those two are your next two picks.
I think the Giants are taking whoever the Titans don't take. No doubt.
I totally agree. The Titans are going to take a little bit longer with this pick. They're going to weigh between these two options. I think the Giants pretty much, soon as the Titans pick, are going to have their pick in.
I mean, the question is for the Titans, do they want an outside linebacker or an inside linebacker? That's it. You want inside
And
linebacker?
Arvell Reese can shift inside if they need him to. So I think
Yeah,
that
but
flexibility makes
listen,
Reese a little bit
Listen,
more
if you
valuable.
want a guy who's going to run your defense, you're taking Sonny Styles. If you want a guy who's going to be dynamic on defense and cause turnovers and stuff like that, you're taking Arvell Reese. That's it.
You don't necessarily need someone to run your defense when you have Jeffrey Simmons up front. So I like an Arvell Reese.
No,
pick.
but like, listen, Sonny Styles would be calling the plays on defense. Like, he's going to
True.
be the one with the mic. So that's what you have to factor in.
You don't really have that here in Tennessee because you have up the middle right now.
No, you don't have
Cedric
anything.
Gray and Cody Barton. That doesn't move the needle.
You don't have anything. You don't have anything. Titans
And
pick
you
is
do
it.
have Jermaine Johnson on the edge. So
Yeah, I think it's Arvell Reese. I feel pretty confident about that at this point. I can't see them going any other direction.
the pick is in.
And I just let me see if I just want to make sure. Okay. I had to reload the page. That's why I wasn't populating. Yeah, so the Giants are on the clock. These are our top three picks so far. Mendoza, Bailey, Jeremiah Love. And if Arvell Reese goes here, I don't think it would shock anyone. Certainly would not shock me. I think it's a great pick for the Titans. I think Sonny Styles doesn't exactly fit what they'd want on this team. And again, if for all of those of you out there who are watching, please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. We're trying to grow, build the stream, have a fun night here. Obviously, no commercials, no ads, no sponsorships. Although if you have one, I would gladly be paid to shout out your products, whatever those are. But please leave your comments in the chat. We will be answering the chat all night long. So leave your questions, give us your takes, whatever you want. As Victor Arvidsson is on the penalty shot, and he doesn't score.
Well, the Bruins are still
up 1-0. But yeah, so I really, really, really like Arvel Reese here. I just think he is so ultra dynamic. He's gonna get to the quarterback. He's going to be a difference maker. And you put him with Jeffrey Simmons, oh my God! I mean, the rest of the Titans is still a bad team, Andrew. They're still a bad team.
Yeah.
But at least you have a unit on your team where you're like, they're gonna have to figure out how to protect against those two guys.
No matter what linebacker you take here, you're looking at a front seven that is going to be a true difference-making front seven between Simmons, Johnson, whichever Ohio State guy you decide on here. Like, that's going to be one thing the Titans can rely on.
Unless it's someone else. Unless it's someone else. All right, the pick is in. Roger Goodell is walking up to the stage. And with the 4th overall selection in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select. Wow.
What are you doing?
Wow.
Oh my God.
Well, forget everything we just talked about.
Okay. I guess they did need a receiver.
They needed a receiver. I think it's a good pick. Not what I expected.
Would have been
the Giants, the New York Giants with Joe Shen, who is mismanaged draft after draft after draft, has in his hands
take one of these linebackers.
Two great linebackers.
Why are we rooting for New York here?
I'm not rooting for the Giants, but I know many Giants fans who are in tune to the draft night. I know that they are potentially watching the stream right now. So if you're a Giants fan watching the stream, please comment who you think they're going to pick. Wow. Carnell Tate off the board. Wow. I mean, I'll tell you this, as the Buffalo Sabres score 1-1, the Saints are not happy right now. Yeah. Saints are not happy.
This is another, but honestly, this is another, I'd say, B-ish pick for me, because the bigger need was on the defensive side. Wan'Dale Robinson, not a bona fide number one receiver, but he's a guy who could have filled that role. And then you bring in Carnell Tate, who, was amazing in college, showed a lot in college, but he was still the number 2 behind Jeremiah Smith. So you don't really know who's going to be the number 1 here.
I just think, like, with a young quarterback like this, taking a great wide receiver, an elite wide receiver, is a good pick. I'm going to give it a B+. I really like that pick. The Giants pick is in. Now, Andrew, let me ask you a question. The Giants heavily tied to Jordan Tyson. Let me pose a.
They'll take him at 10. They'll take him at 10.
Okay.
I don't think.
So you think he can get? You think he can get to 10? You don't think the Saints take him at 9, at 8, or the Commanders at 7?
It's certainly possible,
because, and this is just what I'm saying. You're the Giants.
Trade back up.
If you're the Giants, you say, well, Arvel Reese and Sonny Styles will still be on the board. The Browns probably won't take either of them. Neither will the Commanders. Maybe the Saints take Arvel Reese, and the Chiefs probably take someone else. You could get Sonny Styles at 10 and Jordan Tyson here. Is that a possibility? Are they concerned? Are they concerned that Jordan Tyson doesn't fall to 10?
Let's just see who else really needs a linebacker here. I think there's not many teams with huger needs at linebacker than the Giants, but as these guys start to fall, teams that have even a small need for linebacker are going to start to consider.
Yeah, and again, I almost think of Arvel Reese more of an edge, and the Saints
Yeah.
Need an edge.
The Browns and the Commanders,
I
as
don't
these
think
guys start to fall,
I don't think
might
the
start
Browns or
looking at linebacker.
Commanders are candidates
Or
for either of them. I don't think they are.
Chiefs could as well.
Chiefs could. Um, to be
If you
fair,
see Arvell Reese as an edge,
listen, I had the Chiefs taking Arvell Reese at 3. They could just take him at 9. It's not a bad pick. It's not a bad move. Carnell
if
Tate,
you
though.
see Reese as an edge, the Chiefs and the Commanders are going to be in the running.
Yeah. Again, folks, comment in the chat. We will be reading the chat. Please comment your thoughts. The more people who comment, the happier I am, because I love talking with Andrew, but you guys are part of this too. Give us your thoughts. Give us your takes. We are here to answer your questions, give our thoughts all night long. Again, wall-to-wall coverage. We are here until the first round ends, and we are here without commercials. So we are doing this for the love of the game, as some may say. The Giants
I would say the Giants do take a linebacker here. I like Sonny Styles more just as the fit because they have so many guys on the edge.
I happen to agree, but I also did not think Arvell Reese would be here. And you did just lose true. Dexter Lawrence.
You had Reese to you had Reese to, I believe it was 3rd overall, and I had Reese to 4th overall. So both of us did not expect him to be here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he hasn't fallen that far, but if you're the Giants, you got to be thinking, like, do we just take the best player on the board, or do we go with the guy who probably is a little bit of a bigger need for our team? And I think
you can theoretically put Arvell Reese inside and then have him be a flexible option, say any edge rushers go down. Because on the edge right now for the Giants, you have Burns, Carter, and Thibodeaux all in the mix.
You definitely could do that as well. So that's I suppose another option, right? You could run with Arvell Reese as a true linebacker or an edge, and you could just flex them like they do with Micah Parsons in Dallas.
And the pressure won't really be on Reese or Styles to be calling plays here, I don't think, because you have Tremaine Edmonds coming from Chicago.
I mean, Tremaine Edmonds is a bad player, though. I mean, he's just a bad player. He's a bad
still
player.
The veteran of the two.
But he's a bad player. Like, he might not even start. He's just not a good player. And that's why
McFadden would start over Tremaine Edmonds.
Probably not, because they're paying Tremaine Edmonds money.
Yeah,
but if they weren't,
just gave Tremaine Edmonds a bag, they're gonna leave him on the bench. No.
Yeah, but fundamentally he's not a good player. Like, he is old and slow and like not a good linebacker.
He has some good years in his past. So it's possible the Giants are looking for a reclamation project here. I think that's what they see.
Yeah, I mean, they're not a win now team, so I don't think that they have to be. But like,
we have a trade.
We have a trade. I just saw it. The Chiefs up to 6. That could change things, because what if the Chiefs know that Sonny Styles is going here and Arvell Reese is going to the Chiefs? I mean, listen,
I could see.
I will take like a partial W there if the Chiefs do trade up to take Arvell Reese. It won't be the right pick that I had him at, but it will be the right team and the right player. So that would be fun. But this is a good draft. I'm telling you, Andrew, this is the draft that we've been waiting for years. So many years. It's so boring. Teams aren't fun. Connor's here. All right, hold on. Let me
Dude, my eyes deceive me.
All right, hold on.
Running back just go 3rd overall.
All right, wait.
Yes.
Wait. All right, Connor.
All you click is 3 people.
I did.
It should be bottom left. Does it look good?
No, it looks really bad. It looks really bad.
Does it have 3 Discord? All right, hold on.
Oh, am I in the? Do I have to like? Oh! I think I know what I have to do. I have to exit full screen.
Maybe.
That's not right.
Oh, that's not right. All right, I can go no camera. Not a big deal.
No, hold on. So it's in
It's cropped. Each Discord's cropped. You can try to uncrop. It would be right-clicking, clicking filters, and trying to uncrop.
So wait, why aren't they in
You were fully full. I don't know.
Okay.
I am not sure.
Give us a moment, folks. Please, though, put your questions in chat. We're just figuring out why.
One of them looks good. That's so odd. How is it before? Were 2 on the bottom? No. I swear that's how I lined it up. You're on the same screen. You're still all the way in.
Yep.
They do look different. Something got.
Because it should be horizontal.
I'm gonna pop in. Hold on,
Okay.
Michael. Just stay. Just do nothing.
Arvel Reese! Wow, what a pick!
What a gift. Go full screen for
full screen.
Here.
And the Chiefs pick is in.
Go full screen for me.
You have Arvel Reese headed to the Giants. What do we think the Chiefs do with Arvel Reese gone?
I gotta wait because oh, okay, you're gonna do it.
I got it.
Connor's currently doing this from. Are you in Florida or Cali right now?
I'm in Cali. I'm in San
He's in. Okay.
So
Connor's remotely doing this. Andrew, take it away on Arvel Reese while Connor gets this sorted out.
Yeah, I mean Arvel Reese for these Giants. NFL.com has him as an edge rusher, but I see him slotting in more on the inside within this Giants team because you already have Brian Burns and Abdul Carter locking down those edges. Arvel Reese can slot in as one of those 2 inside linebacker spots alongside Tremaine Edmonds, and I don't hate this pick for the Giants because it's one of the top players on the board, and while it's not a direct fit, it can fill the need. And what it really poses the question of is what these Kansas City Chiefs are going to do now.
It is. I think of the first 5 picks, this is the best value pick that anyone has had. In fact, he fell further than I thought he would have, further than all 3 of us thought he would have, by the way. As the stream looks amazing, Connor, thank you so much for doing all that. But yes, so Connor, we're going to get to your thoughts right now.
I mean,
give us your thoughts. I need your thoughts on on Arvel Reese and then the top 5.
Sure. I mean, Arvel Reese, you cannot be unhappy if you're the Giants there. I actually disagree with you, Andrew. This is the Micah Parsons mold. Micah Parsons played hybrid that first couple years, outside linebacker and some on-ball linebacker. But in the end, edge is a more valuable position, and his athleticism, I think you just let him be an edge. I think they'll probably try the hybrid to start, just like Micah did, and maybe if he's not a good enough edge. But I think edge is so much more valuable that if he can work.
What do you do with Abdul Carter, who you just took?
I think you're pretty happy. Kayvon Thibodeau is gone next year. You kind of accepted that,
and he's also not great anyways. Like,
so you have 2 amazing. What's wrong with 2 amazing edge rushers? What's wrong with 2 amazing edge rushers?
Brian Burns is there, and you have Abdul Carter.
Hey, Andrew, you know what's better than Andrew? What's better? You know what's better than 1 great edge rusher? 2 great edge rushers.
You have 3.
And Abdul Carter is a guy who has moved inside in the past and did on that.
And again, what I want to think about for the Giants, right, is like from the perspective of look at teams in the playoffs who have been successful. Like, look at the Texans. They had 2 great edges in Connor, Anderson and Daniel Hunter. And look what they were able to do in the playoffs. Like,
we're also ignoring Brian Burns in all of this.
We're not ignoring. He's a great player.
Yeah.
You can never have
Burns as your second.
Well, first of all, edges don't play all downs.
They play a 3-4, don't they? Or do they play a 4-3 now?
The Giants do play a 3-4. So
I don't know.
3-4. You have 2 ends and an outside linebacker.
I will say this. I very much like the pick. Edges don't play every play anyways, number 1. You got, again, Kayvon Thibodeau, who's probably not there.
It's by far and away the best player available.
Oh, not even close.
You did not expect to be there at 5, and you can't turn down that value.
I like the pick. I do like the pick. I will say that right now. It's just a matter of where you play him at this point. Because you have Carter who can maybe move inside. You have Reese who can maybe move inside. Burns is locking down one of those edge rush spots. And then you have a gaping hole at inside linebacker outside of Tremaine Edmonds. So I think really your best defense moves one of Reese or Carter
Yeah, but
inside.
let's be honest here. Inside linebacker, his positional value is a lot lower than edge. Like,
Yes,
Even
but
then,
Reese
he can
has
play
the
a
ability to
hybrid
hide.
and he
first
exactly
too.
he can also play
And then he can go
both.
straight into edge after that.
Yeah, so I think
I agree that the pick is good. It's just a matter
the
of
Micah
where you
build.
play.
I am with Connor on this one.
I think
100%.
hybrid into edge is my guess, but I do think he'll play
Hybrid
hybrid
into
first.
so we think, okay, if we think he's eventually an edge, is he going to rotate with Burns and Carter, or is Burns or Carter going to leave / move inside?
Brian Burns does have an opt out after this year.
Okay, so that might be the long term.
All right, the Chiefs pick is in, and they have taken at cornerback Connor's. I think you said bust of the first round, your least favorite player, Mansour Delane out of LSU.
Did they need to trade up for that?
They traded up for Delane.
don't
That's
think you need to trade
surprising.
up.
Did they need to trade up for
They
Delane?
could have stuck at 9 and got him.
Did they
Yeah,
need to trade up for
definitely-
Delane? I'm not.
Definitely bold. Definitely some people's cornerback one on the board. I won't fault people for taking that. I think I had them take him, I believe, in my mock. At least one iteration of my
You
mock,
had
but it
them
might have
take.
switched it.
No, you had Francis at 9.
I had
Unless
I had
this isn't your most
Delane
up-to-date
actually
one.
going a pick earlier, the Saints. So I'm not surprised that he goes top 10, but I am surprised that the team that takes him, maybe they were trying to leapfrog the Saints, thinking, okay, New Orleans, it's an LSU guy, they need a corner, they're gonna take it. So at that point, I do understand the trade up, but it is also when you look at his ranking, it's a bit of a reach. So there's pros and cons to this.
I
just
just
don't like
don't
him as
think
a
they needed to trade up
cornerback.
for him. Like, why did you need to trade up for him? Like,
If
what?
the Saints were gonna take him.
The
That's
Saints were
argument.
not going to take him. Saints were never.
Because I had the Saints taking Reese.
The Saints, I don't think were ever going to take.
Just on the basis of the pick, sure you wanted cornerback. I think Jermon McCoy is a better cornerback. Just
Doesn't
as
he
a
have?
player.
Doesn't
Well,
he have
also
injury
has the
problems though?
injury concerns. Yeah. And then you have towards the
Like
end of the
that
first round,
concerns
you
me at cornerback. Like you need. I'm not saying it's you know. I'm not saying it's something that will automatically make him like not a good player or whatever, but it is something you have to factor in if his
there was
injury.
a guy a couple years ago that I think was affected by injury.
There have been a few
in the
cornerbacks over the
I'm
years
try-
who have had
I'm
problems.
trying to remember who it was. I believe his first name was Andrew, but I can't remember his last name. right
Andrew
now.
Booth?
Yes, that's who it was.
Well, he
And-
turned out to be a massive bust. so-
Yes.
Yeah. And then you also had Will Johnson last year have a massive slide. And
Yeah.
Andrew
We'll see what
Booth
he
was
becomes.
also an LSU corner.
Also an LSU corner. That's no. I thought. Wait, was he Clemson?
he was Clemson.
He was Clemson.
Clemson. Who is
Whatever.
the LSU
And Will
corner that dropped?
Johnson was
Who was the LSU
Michigan.
corner?
Will Johnson was Michigan.
I don't remember.
He fell last year. If you look towards, like, it's really been, at least in terms of the draft board, it's been a clear top 2 with corners in Delane and McCoy. But with those McCoy injury problems, you have to look at Colton Hood also went to Tennessee, was a pretty good corner. And then you also have Avion Terrell, who was AJ Terrell's little brother, played in that same Clemson system.
I just don't understand why they traded up for him. That's the thing that I don't get. Like, I don't know what. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe there was so much
I'm not
buzz, but
convinced that I was right and the Saints were going to take him, but, like, that's the only explanation here.
that's really the only one that makes any sort of sense. The Commanders pick is in. The Saints are on the clock. Any predictions for who the Commanders will take at number 7?
Well, I had them taking Jeremiah Love originally, but I think with him off the board, I would not be shocked to see a Ruben Bain pick here.
Ruben
I
Bain?
think Ruben Bain falls further. That's a manslaughter charge at least. I think you're waiting on Ruben Bain.
True.
I think I had him take receiver. I still think I view that as kind of their position they want. I had him take Carnell Tate, of course, who's off the board, but a really good
Jordan
receiver
Thompson?
class.
Or Kai Leonard.
Or Makai Lemon. What? I'm not sure which, honestly.
I mean, I know how you feel
but-
about Makai Lemon, Connor.
But But I think Caleb Downs is, one of the more underrated guys in this class, just because position basis. People
Yeah, I
love
think a
safeties,
team.
of
Listen,
course.
I will say this:
Sanders could take a safety.
the
That's
Giants,
not a bad.
the Giants
He's
at
a tackle
10
player.
will have a decision probably between Tyson and Downs. I think that's who they'll be looking at 10. I think both of them
Jordan
will be available.
Tyson screams 10th overall pick to me at this point.
If
Like,
Jordan Tyson goes at the 10th overall pick, I will be so happy. All right, here we go. The pick is in. Goodell is at the podium. I don't think, by the way, that Delane is the next Trent McDuffie. I think he'll be solid, but I don't see him as like.
Different styles of corner.
Also, yeah,
maybe the next L'Jarius Sneed.
is that a good thing?
Definitely a more interesting.
Definitely more of a better
was
comparison.
Very good on a Super
I mean,
Bowl.
L'Jarius Sneed was pretty solid in Kansas City. It's
And
just
then he
after
just
left.
fell
He
apart.
was solid in
He
Tennessee.
actually had a
He just
decent year though
played
last
like
year.
2 games a year.
Yes.
He was definitely solid in Tennessee. They had like a #1 defense when he played. It was just he didn't play.
All right, the pick is in, and it is up.
Once upon a time, had 2 top 20
With the 7th overall pick, the Washington Commanders have taken Sonny Styles, inside linebacker.
Don't hate
Another
it.
guy
Don't
who
hate it at
definitely could hybrid out. I mean,
I just want.
linebackers are tough.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's not a premier position, but he is a pretty incredible linebacker. I would say best player available on my big board. I think he'd actually be second best player available, but either way, like a really, really good player.
All I will say about this, I feel like just positionally, I look at these Giants and Commanders picks. I know this is not how it works, but it would have made a lot more sense for the Giants to take Sonny Styles and the Commanders to take
Yes,
Arvell Reese.
I think positionally I agree, but I think in terms of talent, Reese, you just got to get your top guy, and that is always going to be Arvell Reese.
Is Sonny Styles not?
I will say this.
Sonny Styles is the top inside linebacker to me.
Agreed.
But Arvell Reese is a guy everyone thought would go 3, basically.
Yes.
Like most of it wasn't a second thought. It was whether it was the Cardinals or another team. Getting him at 5 is just value. I don't think you can turn.
I know, and I think for Joe Shen, whose job is definitely a little bit on the hot seat, if you don't take Arvell Reese there, like I think people are just going to be saying to you, come the season, what are we doing here? Like we can't keep sort of turning this in and out.
If we took Sonny Styles, though, I don't know how much you can complain.
You couldn't
Because
complain
those are both great players.
that much, but
I think you could complain that the fact that you think Arvell Reese
Reese was on the board. Yes, exactly. If Reese got taken, absolutely you take Styles, and it's not even a question. But Arvell Reese to me, the right pick. And I have a bunch of Giants fans who are ecstatic. I have gotten multiple texts so far saying Giants fans are really, really happy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a steal, and they're correct about that. Connor,
Yeah,
let's.
What I start to wonder.
All right, let's talk a little about the Saints. I'm really uncertain about who they're going to pick here. I have them taking Carnell Tate. Do they go wide receiver here, Connor, and take Jordan Tyson? Do they take Makai Lemon? Or do they go somewhere else and potentially take Reuben Bain Jr.?
I had Carnell Tate go off the board, and then the Saints follow with Jordan Tyson on my board.
What about Maui Goa here?
They don't need a. They don't need. I mean,
they kind of do.
They kind of do, but I don't think like. But is Francis the guy that they want at tackle? Like
If you, I mean,
or maybe they take a Spencer Fano. I don't know. That's a little high for Spencer, but like,
yeah,
if you think he's the top tackle on the board.
I think you aren't switching your 2 very young tackles in Talius Fuaga and Calvin Banks at this point. Now,
yes.
could you convince me on a Vega Ione? Freaking probably, he's the number 3 player.
Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty cool.
But it is too early for a guard. But I don't think tackle, unless they view a world where Fuaga maybe moves inside, then I could see it. But I think you have 2 top-ish pick tackles already. You probably sit with those guys. Calvin Banks, obviously, a pretty big dropper compared to big riser last year.
Yep.
That's the 9th overall pick. You're probably hoping he sticks there. And Luis Fuaga, on the other hand, again, a high up pick that's back-to-back years, first-round tackles. You can't go
True.
another tackle.
I would
Yep.
lean Ruben Bain over a receiver if it is between those
That's
two.
fair. I like Ruben Bain is a very impressive player. I do think the situation around him will cause a.
It's happened.
significant
It's happened before to, I believe,
Well,
another
that's not
Miami
even-
player.
That's not even. That's not even.
Yep. Yes, different situation, different
that's-
scenario.
That is a way less.
Yes, you're right. Yes,
Situation here.
yes.
Um,
But the Saints also, Connor, you being a Bucks fan, know they don't really care too much about off the field stuff. They're willing to take guys who have a little bit of fluster.
I mean, what better guy to do bounty gate than?
Yeah,
somebody
that's what I'm saying. What better guy to participate in the next bounty gate than Ruben Bain Jr. at this point? So
Can we
Uh,
just give
Tunsil
a
was
shout out
Mississippi, though, I think.
to this edge rusher class? Because even behind Ruben Bain and Bailey and Reese, you still have Akeem Mesidor, who probably goes this round. Cassius Howell, Keldrick
like them
Falk.
both.
This is a
No,
very
don't like
strong-
Kedrick Folk. Do not like Folk.
I'm not a huge
not
Falk
a
guy either, but he's still a projected first-round talent. And then you also have probably as day 2, 3 guys that could be underrated options: Gabe Jackas, Derek Moore, Romello Height.
You haven't even said one of my favorite edge rushers in this class in TJ Parker.
TJ Parker.
He's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, that was my next name. So we were close.
It is. I know Connor's excited about this first round because I think, and Andrew and I talked about this earlier, but it feels like the first round in a long time where interesting things are happening. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. I would already say, like, we've already had 3 or 4 very interesting picks. We've already had a trade. I think we're going to get a lot of that tonight, Connor. I really believe it.
Yeah.
I missed it though. What was the value on that? What did they give back in that trade?
Okay,
Was it
yes.
a
Let me.
second first round
Okay.
pick?
So I looked for it earlier. Let me quote. So
I assume 2 firsts, right?
So-
this year's and next year's.
for the between the Chiefs and the Browns.
Browns, yes.
So for the number 6 pick, the Chiefs gave up 9, 74, and 148 this year.
All this year.
All this year.
But do we think that trade?
So that's what, a
would-
third
an
round and a
assumption-
5th round, or a third round and a 4th round?
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's pretty fair value. I mean, it's 3 spots.
And of course, this year's picks are always going to, especially Chiefs, going to be more valuable. than
this year's
next
picks
year.
are all exactly, and I think that's
And
probably
it's
what the
only
Browns
3
calculated.
spots.
Let me ask you this, Colin. Would you rather have a 3rd and a 5th this year from the Chiefs, or a 2nd next year?
3rd and a 5th.
Yeah.
3rd and a 5th.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the other thing I wonder with this trade, were they always intending to take Delane, or did they think that Reese
They
was
must
gonna
have
fall
always been
with-
taking to Delane, I think. I think always, like,
Probably.
I think,
No, you don't trade up on the thought that Reese would. Like, you wait for that. pick
Right,
to happen
exactly,
before you
yeah.
trade up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
They
Well, you
definitely
never know.
wanted Delane, and
I
I
don't think the Commanders would have taken him, but maybe the
maybe
Saints
they
would.
got, maybe,
Um,
or what we haven't talked about is maybe there was another team that wanted to trade up, like the Cowboys, potentially. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
obviously the Browns were in a lot of rumors to trade down.
Yes.
I just really hope that this is a Mekhi Lemon pick here for the Saints, as a avid Saints hater.
Yeah, we were talking about Lemon earlier. Connor, why don't you give us your take on Lemon? Because Andrew and I were disparate opinions on that. You and I have talked. We agree on our lackluster thoughts
I'm in the
on
minority
Mekhi
here.
Lemon. What are your thoughts on Lemon? Why don't you believe he will be successful at the NFL level?
He's stuck in the slot, and he just does not beat out defense. Like, he has made some really good contested catches, has some route running, but if you can't beat defenders to the spot a lot of times, and you can't beat out defenders speed wise, it's tough, especially as a slot, not being the shiftiest guy. Solid route runner, not that shifty, and in the
All right,
slot,
the
it's just
Saints-
a recipe for success.
Saints
for
pick is
not
in.
Success, to me.
Goodell is at the podium, and if Mekhi Lemon gets picked here, Connor will be a very happy man. Rarely do you see a person cheer for another team's pick. You will see that if that happens here.
I doubt it happens.
I don't think it happens either.
They brought him for a top 30 visit. There were
If
rumors.
anyone's gonna take Makai Lemon in this top 10, it's the Cleveland Browns. Oh,
Jordan Tyson. There it is.
Yeah, the better wide receiver.
Yep,
It makes sense.
that's the
of
right
course.
pick.
Wide receiver
they do
82.
take a receiver anyways. And maybe
So
that number 2 behind Olave.
I think if you're the Giants now at 10, you're thinking as long as
Caleb
the
Downs
Browns
in my
don't
lap,
take Caleb
please.
Downs,
Yeah.
oh my god. And I want to point out, so there is a Giants, oh, where is, I have to find this tweet. I tweet too much. I tweet too much to find it. But yeah, it's right. Connor, do you want to take, just give us your thoughts on Tyson?
Yeah, definitely the better wide receiver here. More skilled outside, really good player. Just he's a guy that has been sent over and over again with injury issues. Tore his ACL one season, broke his collarbone. Just very impressive, very fast. Great ability to separate. You just got to worry about those injuries, which maybe in the Saints case, injury-prone receivers might not be the best solution there. But I think
You already have Olave,
outweighs,
who's off concussed.
I think the talent outweighs any of the other options if you are set on taking a
Yeah.
wide receiver.
Rappaport just tweeted out the Giants are sticking at number 10 and picking, which means I would assume
Does that mean the Browns pick is in already?
the Browns pick is in, and that means they're almost certainly not
Very
taking
fast.
Downs, right? Because I think if Browns took Caleb Downs, the Giants might
You'd at
trade
least
out.
have some discussions, right?
Right, you at least like play that out, but I think the Browns almost certainly. I mean, Connor, let's talk about the Browns here. Who are the Browns going?
I think you're going first. Your preference of tackle on the board.
Yeah, I mean, Connor, is that Francis? Do you think Francis goes here, Andrew and Connor?
I honestly wonder if the Browns might make it a little receiver run here and go with Makai Lemon. I know you guys are lower on Lemon. I had the Browns taking Carnell Tate.
It would be a Browns pick to take Makai Lemon, you know.
I think they have a
Alright, I'm
lot
not
of
gonna push back on
slot
that,
guys. They have a
Anyway.
lot of slot guys already. Is just the one thing that sticks out there. I think you added Titus Howard, who has always been better inside. Obviously, Zion Johnson's going to stay inside. You have Dwan Jones on one side. I think filling that right tackle spot, getting whoever you want as your choice of top tackle,
Yep.
sets his O-line in a great spot going forward.
100%. And
I also wonder if Ruben Bain would be considered here.
Could
as
you-
maybe a number 2 edge
That's another one.
across the way.
Could you see, Connor? Now, let me put this out there. Historically, the Browns have developed tackles very well. Could you see a potentially Caden Proctor going here? A guy who's
I honestly, I don't know their preference on tackle.
Don't pull a
Proctor is
Makai
kind
Becton
of-
2.0.
Proctor's kind of a set left tackle. I think
Yep.
they might want to keep Dwan Jones on the left and look more right, where Francis played a decent amount. So I think you stick with Francis in that spot.
Vontae Mack no matter what, Connor. That's what they need to do. That's what the Browns need to do here. Take Vontae Mack. Man, it's just they could go so many directions with this, and I think for the Browns, this isn't an organizational defining pick because they still have so many problems offensively. Like they got to figure out who's quarterback. Like, is it
It
Sanders?
sounds like
I
it's
could
gonna be
very well
Deshaun,
see them
right?
taking Simpson. At
Well, yeah.
the next
What
pick.
is going on there? Why is Deshaun Watson being hyped up again?
Get Deshaun Watson
Because
off.
they're paying him $50 million. They're
Yeah,
paying him
just-
so much goddamn money.
Eat
I mean-
eat the money and cut bait. Eat the money and cut. You don't want that in the locker room. Like you just don't.
Let me be honest, and I think Shadur Sanders is a terrible quarterback. I would rather watch Shadur Sanders start a whole season than Deshaun Watson.
You know what? Just make either draft somebody or make Dylan Gabriel start because I don't want.
Oh, I don't want to see Dylan Gabriel. At least with Shadur, it'll be fun and entertaining, and you can sell tickets. You know how many tickets you'll sell the first game of the
Shadur's
season?
the better player. regardless.
Shador is also the better player.
Dylan Gabriel. I don't
Yeah,
think Shador is
true.
good. Dylan Gabriel is awful.
Yeah.
I mean, Dylan Gabriel was kind of my sleeper, but in last year's draft. But I think it's just a poor system to throw him into.
Oh yeah, you're
I
not
think Dylan Gabriel-
developing. In
Yeah, I
Cleveland,
mean,
man.
you're not developing a short lefty quarterback in Cleveland, bro. It's
Look,
just not
look,
happening.
I could see if he gets traded somewhere good develops behind a veteran, maybe a Geno Smith type thing. where he pops
I
up
think
on
at
30.
best,
Yeah,
Dylan
maybe he's like
Gabriel's a mid-tier bridge quarterback. Like,
could be a Malik Willis in
What-
the future.
what-
maybe.
Geno Smith.
wow,
Maybe more than
Wow,
that. for one year.
wow.
So ahead of me,
wow.
Michael.
Spencer
TV is-
Fano.
Yeah, you pick a tackle. He played both
Ooh.
left and right. It's your pick a tackle.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
why
liked
not?
Fano.
If you like him better,
I'm a little surprised they took him over Francis, but good tackle, good pick. Can't disagree with it. I liked Monroe Freeling over Fano, but that's just me. Connor, what are your thoughts on Spencer Fano?
I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. Super fast, light on his feet. You know, he's played both left and right, I believe. Might have to double check that, but I think
Yeah,
he's
you
played
have
left and
Caleb
right.
Lomu, who's also there. That's done a little bit of both as well. They're kind of like they're both gonna be considered in this first round, so both of them got the reps. What?
I think some people had concerns on Fano moving interior. I don't necessarily know if it'll be a big issue to start, but obviously Titus Howard has the ability to go in and out. You have the options. See what you got there. He's
Yep.
definitely high upside. Not my favorite tackle, but positional flexibility, like getting right and left, is very important in the NFL. Not many guys can do that.
And historically, again, like the Browns do develop tackles very well. They are able to sort of put a good offensive line together. And he was their favorite guy. I mean, obviously they had their pick of tackles. They took Spencer Fano. We'll see what happens. I think he's probably playing right tackle, but more help for Shador or Deshaun Watson, I suppose, right? All right, here it is. Wow, Francis. Okay, to the Giants.
Back-to-back
The
tackles.
tackle run. Hopefully, one's still sitting on 15, and someone has to.
God, but do you
and
think to
draft
yourself,
picks together.
Connor, you had Caleb Downs right there and you missed him?
The
Giants don't need a
It's-
safety or a tackle. That's the thing.
it's a
at that point-
safety. It's tough to kind of say. Andrew Thomas, bad year last year. Last year of his
bounce
contract, I
back.
believe.
He'll bounce back.
Sure,
Right.
sure. But last year of his contract, and if he doesn't, you have the option of a new tackle, and you kind of flip someone on the edge. I think safety is just not a prime position. We saw a Kyle Hamilton type drop to like probably where his talent was, just kind of filling in this spot. Either way, the Giants added like Daniel Fa'alele, which
Yeah.
sucks.
And don't they still have Jermaine Illuminor too?
Yeah, like tackle
Like-
is a
Yeah.
need.
They
And by
didn't
the way,
need-
it's
they
not
didn't-
even just tackle. If he ends up playing inside guard,
Because-
right? Like,
Well, they moved Evan Neal to guard already, right? That was kind of their.
well, I don't know if
move.
Evan Neal has that much time left on the team. To be fair,
Either
Evan
way,
Neal is now a second string guard on this team.
I like
they'll probably give him the start regardless.
I
but
like-
yeah,
I like-
he's your starting right tackle.
I like Francis. He was my number one tackle on my board.
I just don't like the fit.
I agree with Connor. Like Caleb Downs, while super exciting, it's safety, man. It's like it's just not a position where there's a lot of value there, and ultimately that's what the Giants decided. And they made the pick pretty
Would have
quickly
been a
too.
reach to go with German McCoy there because, like, you do kind of need a corner on this Giants team.
I think they feel the need getting a starting tackle when Illuminor is your other option.
Yeah, I mean, Illuminor's not great, so
I think
I
you
guess
could
that's
look
the
back
big
and be like, "Wow, we gave up Dexter Lawrence for this guy." Is definitely a possibility.
that's not a good trade. Like, I think they should have kept Dexter Lawrence.
I would have said the same.
I would have said the same
but
too, but
They definitely thought Jordan Tyson was falling to this pick, and they were gonna say we traded Lawrence for Jordan Tyson, and now look, we have two big name receivers, Neighbors and
Well,
Tyson.
listen,
for our
Andrew, as I
quarterback
mentioned
depth.
earlier, Carnell Tate getting picked 4 was both good for the Giants in the sense that they got to take Orville Reese, but bad because it probably meant that at number 8, Jordan Tyson was going to go instead of Carnell Tate.
Look, I take Sonny Styles and Jordan Tyson over the picks that the Giants had. That I think that would have been a better.
I'm being more than happy with Reese there.
I think
don't
I still think
there's
you're
any
I still think
second
you're
guessing to me.
completely fine.
But
Again,
if you have to exchange Reese for Styles in order to exchange Maui Goa for Tyson, I do that in a heartbeat.
But how does Tyson get there? I mean, Tyson's going anyways. I don't think that's an
Tyson,
exchange you can say.
because if Tate doesn't go at 4, let's say Reese goes at 4, Styles at 5, Tate finds his way to the Saints, and then Jordan Tyson would end up on the Giants, perhaps.
I don't think you can say that regardless. Also, Tate's going 4. That's above the Giants' pick regardless.
no, but Andrew's saying if Tate
If
if
the
Tate
Titans
doesn't
had
go at
taken
4,
Arvell Reese,
if the Titans
because
take
the whole
Reese,
thing is about the Titans.
But then
taking-
the Giants would have taken Love at 5.
No, because the Cardinals took Love. So
Andrew's just saying.
Okay,
Andrew's
so-
just saying if my mock draft was completely correct, which I appreciate.
What,
Andrew.
I
appreciate that.
A team trades up more than what the Chiefs are willing to give up for a corner to get up to take. Carl
It's hard
Tate,
to say
I
what
think.
if would have happened.
Like,
I will say this: the Cowboys pick is already in, which means
it's got to be no one. Jerry Jones. It's probably
Well,
Ruben.
Cowboys
it's probably
is also
Ruben Bain.
flop.
It's probably
That-
Ruben
that-
Bain.
Love criminals.
No, this is Caleb Downs.
I don't see Jerry Jones
Jerry
picking
does,
a safety.
Jerry does love to go to the post ground.
This is
You see the
so
guy we
Caleb
got.
Like, they need
He's a
safety.
Twitter drafter. Him and Howie Roseman, they're Twitter drafters.
They are.
If there's any team to take a safety this early, it's the Dallas Cowboys. I know they have Malik Hooker. You need a strong safety.
You don't need a strong safety. Like Dallas has never had a good defense. Who cares if they don't have a good secondary this year? It
Okay,
doesn't
so
matter.
what are they taking here? Are they taking
Ruben Bain.
Makai Lemon?
Ruben
Because
Bain.
I don't think so.
Take
Makai
Ruben
Lemon
Bain.
could be an option now that it's probably more than likely that that Pickens won't show up unless they extend him on that tag. Would be my guess.
Yeah, they could take a wide receiver. It would be characteristic of Jerry Jones to take like Makai Lemon here.
Depends what kind of value you can get out of.
You do have some
Pickens.
depth at the position
but-
behind Lamb between. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
Flournoy is nothing special, but he did
He had a great year.
contribute last year.
By the way, to everyone who's watching the stream, please leave your comments in the chat. I am reading everything. Ask us your questions. Give us your thoughts. We'll debate it on stream so you can see our thoughts in real time about whatever
Mike, are you
questions
watching
you
on
have.
ABC?
I'm watching on ESPN.
Oh, you're missing the 911 ad.
Oh my God. I love that
Not
one.
that one. Not that.
Oh, not that
we
one.
have no ads here on the master plan.
Yeah, no
so
ads
no,
here.
Of course not. Of course.
No
not.
ads here. We just talk all the way through, and then after we ice our mouths after everything. I think the Cowboys don't go Caleb Downs. I think Jerry Jones. You saw Dexter Lawrence go out and win a championship, and then sort of trash talk him. He's like, no, we got to get a real edge. Like they do need an edge. They do. They absolutely need an edge.
Okay.
Um,
when we look at this edge rusher position for the Cowboys right now, they did get Rashawn Gary in a trade from the Packers. They have Ezra
I mean-
Raiku on the other side who can continue to develop.
Yeah.
I love.
I
Listen,
don't
you're never
really
gonna
see
get
that.
me to say a bad word about a BC guy, and I love Donovan Ezeraku, but Ruben Bain,
Not a
just
good
again,
guy.
it's the same discussion we had about the Giants, and like
you guys were just trashing Ruben Bain and saying he's going to fall big time.
Oh,
so-
I think he's
just-
gonna fall. But if there's a team that wants a murderer who's good at football, it's Jerry Jones's Cowboys.
True. But this could easily be for Caleb Downs.
It definitely could be. Also, Rashawn Gary played a good amount inside.
He's
last
inside.
year,
He's
if I
more
remember
inside, yeah.
correctly. He's played outside in the past, but I believe he played mostly inside last year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he has played outside in the past. Definitely, like the year before last, I think he was a big. I think as soon as Micah came in, that's when he moved more inside. But when Micah was not there, Gary was the go-to edge rusher in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Not to say that he
I
was
think-
amazing, but
I
he
think
was solid.
a front three of Gary, Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark. Then on the outsides, you have Ezeraku and Ruben Bain. I think that's like
Yeah.
a-
Kind
a-
of crazy that you've now
very
ended
good-
up.
So they're
with
throwing
both
up the Cowboys
Gary-
and Dolphins trade.
Yeah, both Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary.
Yeah, and now, like you give up Micah Parsons, but you basically steal the entire Packers front seven in return.
Right, so the Cowboys gave up 2/5 for this pick just to trade up one spot. So here we go. Cowboys.
So whoever
Goodell's
this
on the mic.
is, they're investing a lot of stock in.
Caleb Downs. All right, Twitter drafter Jerry Jones.
yeah, no, I mean it's very good.
All
pick.
the,
It's a good pick. Good pick. You
I had
can't.
Caleb Downs at 11. I had him going to Miami though, so that's where.
He's a
my
good player.
suspicion of
He's a good
Downs.
player. He's gonna be impactful on this team. Like again, Cowboys secondary, the past few years has been a huge problem. Schottenheimer talked about it pretty much all season. Getting a guy like Caleb Downs to sort of secure that back end is going to be huge. He can make tackles. He's
Can I
an
just
elite
say I
player.
absolutely love this pick for the Cowboys.
What did they give up in this trade?
2/5. One this year, one
Like,
next year.
I understand safety is not the highest stakes position, but you're getting a bona fide defensive back that is really better than any defensive back you have on this team. This is a guy who, if he wasn't a safety, probably would have gone in the top 5. If he was if he was a corner,
Yeah,
let's just say, yeah,
but he doesn't play
he
corner.
would go in the top 5, and he's still a very talented player. The only thing that dropped him this far is positional value, and the Cowboys happen to need a safety a lot, so that really makes it a perfect
true.
match.
I mean, when you have Trayvon Diggs playing cornerback for you, or who's the other guy who they have, Connor? The
Ron
other-
Bland.
Deron Bland. Two guys who basically are
I
complete
don't
negatives in coverage.
I
Trayvon Diggs is
don't
gone.
believe
Trayvon Diggs is
Trayvon
gone.
Diggs is there. I
Trayvon Diggs
I
is
think they
gone.
drafted Revel last year.
Yeah, Rebel and Kobe
and
Durant they signed away from the
Kobe
Rams.
Durant as
All right,
So,
please
we
let the
got guys.
Like, that
Dolphins.
starts next to me.
Please let the Dolphins take Makai Lemon. Please.
This is gonna be.
It would
Makai
make
Lemon,
my
I'm calling.
night, Connor. Not only
Calling my
because I mocked it, but also because I would love for the Dolphins to draft just a
What a
very
QB1 wide
They
receiver.
are
linebacker.
framing up Makai Lemon to be the replacement for Jalen Waddle. Mark my words.
It's not great. That's not great.
It's not a great a deal right there. I would much rather take
Well,
Jalen
I'll
Waddle.
agree to disagree on that, but the bottom line is I think Lemon is a very likely pick.
I like it. I love it. I'd love for the Patriots to face Makai Lemon twice a year. Be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I will give you this. I trust Christian Gonzalez to shut him down.
Well, as Connor would probably argue, Christian Gonzalez
probably
will
on the
probably
tight
be
end.
calling Devin
He's coming
Achane.
Darren Waller.
Darren Waller or Achane out of the backfield.
Darren Waller.
Hey, Darren Waller's
not
an
even on the
elite.
roster anymore.
Darren Waller's
It's
an elite
bullshit.
player who came out of retirement
Oh.
because he didn't like his WNBA wife. That's what happened.
They got some petty cash for it.
Yeah, he's a petty guy.
Just when we look at these Dolphins pass catchers for a second, I see Jalen Tolbert maybe as their best one
Elite.
because you
Elite player.
have Tutu Atwell, Malik
Elite.
Washington, and Greg Dulcich in the other starting
Hey,
spots.
do not disrespect the legend that is Greg Dulcich.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
He made me a lot of money.
He
let me
did
say
make
this.
Connor a lot
I
of money.
understand your hesitations about Makai Lemon, but can you confidently say that any of those guys I just named are better than Makai Lemon?
Yes. I like Malik Washington. I think
No.
people greatly underrate him. I think he's a
Okay,
really
fine.
solid
Malik
wide receiver.
Okay,
Washington,
speaking of,
but-
okay, you're looking at offensive players. Can I run you, especially with Greg Dulcich as your starting tight end, a Kenyon Sadiq here?
I don't hate it.
I mean, Connor, I had him going to the Bucks, but I know the Bucks wouldn't be too upset
I
with.
would be pissed if we took a tight end.
I said wouldn't be too upset with
you
an
want
edge.
Makai Lemon.
With an
Michael wants
edge.
Makai Lemon.
I hope
don't
I'm
know how
right.
much I want Makai Lemon
I hope
because I
I'm
think
right.
He's going to be good, but I do think he goes here.
It'd be fun. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting for sure. I mean, the Rams. So the Dolphins pick is in. The Rams are on the clock. The Rams have a pick this year. They have a pick this year via the Falcons. Being the Falcons, Connor. Another one of the elite NFC South divisional
God.
teams.
What a trade that
I
turned
see
out.
them pairing up
Good
Jared Verse with
Lord.
Ruben Bain, maybe.
This was the Michael Pierce trade, right? That's how they got this
Yeah,
pick.
they traded up. They traded up back into the first round.
Yeah,
Well,
the
I don't know
James
if you
Pierce-
I don't
yeah.
know if you saw the Michael Pierce news today though.
James Pierce Jr.
James
Yeah,
Pierce
he
Jr.,
could
yes.
he could get out of it probably because he paid her.
Yes, paid her a
Here's the
lot of
thing.
money.
Pass,
All right.
You pass on one controversial edge, maybe you get another.
Caden Proctor.
Whoa!
Okay,
Tackles are running.
That's
Tackles
early.
are running.
that's
This is
Before
trade down. So
feeling?
the Rams right here should be fielding every call possible for a tackle.
for a
immediately.
tackle, 100%. Because
Who wants Monroe Freeling? Come get him.
I want Monroe Freeling.
Lions, Cowboys, anyone?
The Lions definitely need to be
You
calling up
gotta
right
think
now.
teams are calling because once you get to like Baltimore even and then past the Bucks there 16 17 18 the rest of the tackles are going.
The
Yeah,
Rams and Lions are past trade partners with that golf.
I
Stafford trade.
did not
Sure.
think that the Dolphins would take a tackle. I'm a little surprised. Like I know
That
their
is
offensive line wasn't
Protect
great.
Malik Willis, man. You got to
He
protect
didn't
Malik
really
Willis.
need-
No. So
It's
Caden
good.
Proctor physically like is huge. Like he is the size to play tackle. Obviously, he does need some work though, Connor. I mean, he is, he had a rough year at Alabama, right? I mean, I think that's the most polite way to put it.
Yeah, I mean Patrick Paul will be in his second year now. Who's on the other side? Charlie
And
Hackett.
it's Austin Jackson. Those guys, they
Right, I
aren't
forgot,
anything
'cause
special.
Jackson got hurt.
They weren't anything special, but they're still solid tackles. I think the bigger problem
Yeah.
within this offensive line was honestly the interior.
Yeah, but someone can move to the interior.
I do think. I mean, Patrick Paul did play the interior some right last year, I believe.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
you
don't
could move him in
think
there.
Proctor. I mean, listen. Let's also not forget the fact that Caden Proctor is also a wide receiver, right? He also will catch passes. So in a way, Andrew, we were right that they did take a wide receiver. I mean, he's an athlete.
Was Caden Proctor?
They will split him
Caden
outside.
Is Caden Proctor just going to become the starting tight end? And
Why
I
not?
mean,
why not?
Why not? He's probably a better wide receiver than everyone besides Washington and Waddle. So, that's not bad. I would take Caden
Waddle's
Proctor.
oh yeah, maybe Caden Proctor.
Give me Caden Proctor split out on a screen over
Only those two.
Makai Lemon.
Everyone was saying a few years back that Chase Claypool should be a tight end and not a receier. Caden Proctor,
Well,
tight end
listen.
instead of a tackle.
Listen,
Might have
Chase
saved
Claypool.
Claypool's career if he bulked up.
Yeah, I mean, he would still be playing in the NFL
Never
instead
forget
of.
the Bears gave up this 32nd pick.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
One
That
team
was so bad. Chase
literally a first-round
Claypool
pick.
Didn't he
might
play
be
like?
one of the most egotistical players I have ever seen in this league. Oh my God.
He
Don't
wasn't
get me
even
started on
horrible his first year in Pittsburgh.
And that was one of the picks that they got back
Okay.
from the Byron Young trade, I think.
You guys
Right,
remember
so trade out.
2021? Chase Claypool tweeted out, "Oh, we're in the playoffs, let's go!" And then the Chargers and Raiders almost tied and kicked the Steelers out.
Yes.
Yes, but then the
I was so
Raiders.
rooting for that
But then the
tie.
Raiders
That was
called.
like-
But then the Raiders called a timeout, and the Chargers were like, "Well, let's just kick a." Wait, no, the Chargers called a timeout. Wait, who called the timeout?
Yeah. The Raiders just kicked a
Yeah.
field goal and won. The
Raiders kicked a
made
field
it.
goal and won, and the Chargers literally
Wait,
charged
Chargers
themselves.
shot himself in the foot.
Could
let's be
you could
real.
you have just couldn't you have please just tied that game and stuck it to Chase Claypool?
Well, the
Because he
Raiders
needed it.
said if you listen to
Yeah.
Derek Carr, after the game, he was like, "We were content to knee it out
Until
and tie
they
the
called
game
timeout.
until they took the timeout, and then the Raiders were like, screw these guys, we're kicking a field goal." It's crazy.
And
Oh,
by effect, Chase Claypool's ego continued to be fed, and then he went on to call himself a top 3 receiver in the
well,
league.
if you recall, he went on a podcast. I think he went on Brandon Marshall's podcast, and he was like, they were like, "Talk your talk." He was like, "I'm going 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns," and they're like, "Yeah, talk your talk." I was like, "Dude, you're not a top 3 receiver in the NFL. You're not even a
You
top
gotta look
30."
back
Whoa.
at that.
Whoa! You're not even a
gotta look
top
back
3
at that
receiver on your
draft.
team.
That must have been 20.
Count the tight ends at least. Because you had
that
Juju
20
and Deontay Johnson there. And
2023?
then,
So that was Pittsburgh took Joey Porter Jr., which is like a fine pick. But like, what else could have been there? Sam Laporta, that would have been nice over Chase Claypool probably.
Yeah. Sam
Chase
Laporta would have
Claypool
been
was
great.
not a 2023 draft
Who
pick.
else went in that round?
Oh wait, no, the trade. Okay.
Brian Branch could have got yourself safety.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably would have helped them in that
that's
game where
weird.
they give up the Hail
Rashee
Mary.
Rice
Probably would not have crashed his car in Chicago.
might
Tell you
not
what.
have. I don't remember who else was in that draft. Levis, obviously, but yeah, I'm taking Levis.
So
But
okay, so
as
the
we
Rams,
think
the Rams
about
pick is in.
Rams,
So
Yeah.
they did not trade down. I think they just take Monroe Freeling.
There were rumblings.
Even
I
they-
know. There were rumblings about Ty Simpson here. I saw that. I didn't.
I
believe
did
it,
see
but
that
there were
too.
He's not gonna be-
rumblings.
Ty Simpson is not good. If a
He
team's
shouldn't.
going to
He
take Ty
shouldn't.
Simpson at 13th overall, it better be a team that desperately needs a quarterback. I understand Stafford only has a couple years left, but you don't do that in the first round.
I mean, man,
No,
though,
Ty
what,
Simpson's,
No,
Ty Simpson's
no.
the guy I'd say a year behind a legend would do him so much better.
that's what I'm about. That's what I was about to say.
Ruben,
it's like,
Ruben
But-
Bain feels like the pick.
Could you
That's not
imagine-
gonna do it
imagine
13th
giving-
overall.
like,
No.
imagine giving Ty Simpson a full year or two behind an elite quarterback. I mean,
It's gonna
Would
be
be
one
great,
year, dude.
yes.
Should've
You
been-
don't do that at the 13th pick. It's like Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins. It's the
oh well,
same
I would
thing.
actually argue it's more like Jordan Love to the Packers. But
Well, that was
But
at
that was
pick
late
28.
first round. This is
Well,
It's not like-
13.
this is 8 versus 13.
to
you
be
know?
fair, like no one thought Jordan Love was going anywhere near the first round. But
That's fair.
That's not true.
It worked-
have-
it worked.
I remember a lot of Jordan Love to the Patriots mocks, actually.
not in the first round though. I don't think anyone was saying that. Outside of like just for fun. But yeah, Ruben
think I
Bain
have.
is definitely a pick here. I don't see it. I feel like they do need an offensive line player here.
I think you take the Ruben Bain value. You know, you're going for
you do.
you're going for a ring.
And also,
Yeah, but what if
This
he
is
doesn't
your
play,
last
Connor?
hurrah.
What if he gets charged? What if he goes to jail?
we're talking about
he'll be an NFL player. He won't get charged.
you run that risk because you're playing to win. You're not playing not to lose. And you
If
look
Henry
at the Rams,
Ruggs was good
they
at
have
football,
Alaric
he'd be in
Jackson, a
football.
left tackle. They don't need Monroe Freeling here.
Hey, Connor, he might be
If-
coming back. Henry Ruggs might be coming back to the
If
NFL.
Henry Ruggs was good at football, he never would have went to jail.
I don't know about that.
That he drove 160. Like, let's be real here.
Hey, Ruben Bain did something not so great either, though. So
Well, they're both manslaughter
Not 160.
charges.
He didn't kill someone.
Well, we don't know if it was 160. It was
Allegedly.
fucking 5
Allegedly.
years ago.
Allegedly.
We don't know
allegedly.
How fast he was driving.
By the way, for Bruins fans, we're down 2-1 on the power play. In the third period with 8 minutes to go. This is a very interesting pick.
Can we stop choking leads? Can we
Well-
stop? Like,
This is the Bruins, so probably not.
well, they're on the power play, so maybe they'll tie it back.
So the Rams pick is in. I believe Goodell is walking up to the stage. By the way, I love it the speed that this draft is going, by the way, Connor. It's so much like it's a little bit more prompt tonight, which I like. 8 minutes instead of 10 is
It might
certainly
be-
a lot better.
it could
Okay,
be done
here's
by
the
11:30.
pick. Goodell on the podium. The Rams with the 13th overall pick select Ty Simpson! Wow! There it is. There it
What
is.
are you doing?
I
What
love
are
the
you
pick.
doing?
I love
This
the
is
pick.
future.
I think it's a fantastic pick.
Terrible.
As someone
I don't
who
think it's a fantastic pick, but I think it's the pick for the future.
I love it. I'm 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
He's
But
not
you're
a bad.
going.
he's-
You're going for the win. Why are
Nah,
you picking
they
guys
got a
who's not
great
gonna
team.
play
They
this
don't need
year?
it. They don't need it. Ty Simpson, pick of the first round. I love it. Connor, we were just talking about it. There were
Horrible.
rumors. Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad pick. The Rams are going to be good. They're the Rams. And you're setting yourself for the future. There's not another quarterback in this draft necessarily that you'd be comfortable drafting. Definitely not this high, obviously. And you could go on later. I obviously like a few guys over Ty Simpson.
Yep.
That's a me thing. The consensus
see
is
the
Ty
vision.
Simpson.
I see the vision. It's still a C- pick. Like
I
this
think
is
I
not-
think
I
today,
don't think I
Andrew.
can give it lower than a B.
Andrew, today you'll be saying it's a C minus. I think in
Oh.
4 years you'll be saying, I
What-
think that's a A plus pick.
Is,
in
is-
hindsight.
is
Give
this
me a
our,
Rams
is
need.
this our
What is it
Jahmyr
need?
Gibbs from?
That's
a
what I'm
couple
saying.
years
What
ago?
do the Rams
What
need
does it
right now?
need? What does it need for the Rams?
Edge rusher.
Oh
Across
no,
from
Kobe
Jared
Turner
Goff,
and Byron Young are there. I thought you can't have 3 good edge rushers, Andrew.
What
What happened to that take, Andrew?
Kobe Turner is a defensive tackle. What are we talking?
He played defensive end last year. Puna Ford is
Alright.
nose.
Yeah,
Here's my thing.
but,
Here's my thing. Here's why I like Ty
Byron
Simpson.
Young is
Here. Okay. Let me make the argument for Ty Simpson. Obviously, you're thinking about
Also,
the future.
Jared Verse. Right? They have 3
Jared
great-
Verse is your number one.
Braden
It's- and
Fisk
that's
as well on the
guy.
inside.
Byron
so they have
Young,
plenty
Kobe
of guys.
Turner, all on edge.
Fine.
Okay,
Puna
let me
Ford,
let
Braden
me
Fisk
let me make the
inside.
case for Ty Simpson. Yes, you're building for the future. You're going to give him a year or more than that potentially, at least 1 year behind Matthew Stafford. But if you're the Rams, you know you have a great team. Obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo is no longer on the team, and we know Matthew Stafford does have injury problems. Like, he's getting on in age, he's getting older. In the event that Matthew Stafford gets injured at some point in the season, you don't want to be relying on some substandard quarterback with this elite team. Like, you have a great team around Matthew Stafford. Ty Simpson, if as long as Matthew Stafford plays maybe the first 8 to 10 games, if he gets injured, you at least feel somewhat comfortable about saying Ty Simpson can go out there and play behind an elite team. I'm not saying it's going to
My
happen.
It's just-
question now is: you have Simpson off the board at 13. Do we see a third quarterback
No.
go down the stretch of this?
I
season?
don't
can't.
think
Just
Nussmeier.
can't.
I don't think Nussmeier goes in the first round.
I think
Or
top of the-
Carson Beck. He did make the national
No.
title game. I
He's
don't
not-
think he's
he's
very
not-
good.
He's not.
Carson
going.
Beck-
He's
if
not
I
going.
Carson
don't think
Beck
he's very good.
He shouldn't
Because
get
a lot of
drafted.
quarterback needs-
He should not get drafted before the first round, or fourth round. He should not be going rounds.
I
1,
don't
2, or
think he
3.
will. I don't expect him to.
Me-
He's
like-
not very good.
Any other year, I'd say that, but
He's
this-
also old.
there is a discrepancy.
And he
here
can't. He's just a
between
bad passer.
good quarterbacks in the class and teams that need a quarterback. There are so many teams that need a quarterback, and there's so few good quarterbacks in the class. So I feel like you could see some value inflation with quarterbacks this year.
Is this not necessarily the same thing that we saw in 2022? Kenny Pickett.
I
went
mean, yeah, we
20,
saw it
and
in
then
20
it was nothingness.
There were less teams that needed quarterbacks in 2022 than there are now, I feel.
I mean,
Desmond Ritter started out the gates for the Falcons.
okay,
like round
Andrew, but looking
3.
at the
you
rest of
know.
the first round, looking at the rest of these teams,
Steelers,
who's-
Browns.
The only team that sticks out to me is the Cardinals.
yeah,
As I want to get a quarterback now.
I think the Steelers could go
Pick is
quarterback.
Are
Nussmeier
we
Who's on the clock?
trusting Mason Rudolph to start games? for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Nussmeier would be a great pick for the Steelers, but I think they could get him in the second round. So, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Okay,
Though maybe he doesn't
Mason-
fall that far.
Mason Rudolph.
Well, no, Will Howard
I
probably will
don't- I
start
don't.
games. I mean,
All right,
Come
fine.
on,
Will
let's
Howard.
be real.
I
Rodgers
don't
is
hate
coming
that.
back.
yeah, Rodgers is coming
I
back.
don't-
I mean, come on. That guy's ego is the size of the moon. So.
You know, Mike, I love
You
that
really
Super
think
Bowl
he's gonna
poster
team
in
up
your
with Mike
background
McCarthy again after he?
Yeah,
drove
Connor. I
McCarthy
mean,
out of
do you
the-
like my new
for
room
the
setup?
team on the clock.
Do you like my
For
new
the
room
team on the
setup?
clock, Super Bowl poster.
Do you like my
You
new
got a pair
room
of
setup?
Buck
You like all these
sunglasses on the
glasses I've
back?
got back here? Knockaround's a
Yeah.
great company, by the way. If
got-
anyone
got-
from Knockaround
I
is
think
listening,
Trevor Story in the back there. I should burn that thing, but oh well.
yeah.
Well, we got to talk about the Ravens.
All right, the
We've got that
Ravens pick is in. We haven't even gotten to the Ravens.
If Ruben Baines
Rick
there
Island
at
is going here.
15.
Call my shot.
Here we go. Ravens with the 14th overall pick. Take. Good pick. Take your guard. Take him. Good pick.
Vega.
I hate
Vega.
that he's a criminal. I hate that he's. By the way, that's who I wanted the Bucks to take. He's the
Ione?
best O lineman in this class by a long shot. Too bad he's a guard. He won't go high. He is incredible.
I'm a Ravens fan right now after
like it.
watching Daniel Faalele play last year and the rest of that offensive line.
No,
You have
you
to be
got a
ecstatic.
top 5 guard in the league already.
You got to
Put
be
it out there.
ecstatic.
That's how
You have to
high
be
I am on
ecstatic.
Vega Iona.
I
I wanted him
Only
at 15. I
thing-
won't turn down Ruben Bay.
Listen. I know. One of my buddies is a good Baltimore Ravens fan. He was beside
Same here, I
himself
have a good
watching that
Ravens fan
offensive
friend.
line last year. Ione, great pick. Gotta love it. Spectacular. I mean, there's really you can't find a fault with it because they needed an offensive line pick, and Ione is a guy that you probably trust quite a bit. Andrew, what are your take on the Penn State guard?
I like
Pick
this
is
pick a
in.
lot for the Ravens. I think this is definitely filling a need
Connor is
for them
about to
because
scream so loud if it's Ruben Bain. Connor, if
you
it is
have
if it is Kenyon Sadiq,
It's
what?
not. It's not.
It's
They
not.
re-signed Otten
hold
for
on, hold
a
on.
top
You
10
have
tight end salary.
John Simpson on one side, Andrew Voorhees on the other. The Ravens really needed a guard here.
He's incredible.
But at the same time, receiver was another pretty big hole. So I
Lamar
feel like
can't
you
throw
could
the
have
ball
made-
anyways. Who cares?
You
That's
could
my
have made
favorite. That's my favorite pick of the draft.
you could have made a case for a
I would
receiver,
say
but I do also very much like
it is top
It's
3
an A
for
minus.
me. It's top 3 for me. I think I like the Reese pick. I like the Simpson
Okay,
pick. I like the
on
Downs pick
a
as well.
receiver there. Zay Flowers fills the slot already. No,
Yeah, and they got him. They
I don't know
picked
if
up his
Lemon
fifth.
can be the guy there.
He's not. He's not. I mean,
I'd say the picks that have gotten A's for me so far tonight: Mendoza, Bailey. Those were two obvious ones. Delane, Downs, and Ione.
my A picks so far, I would give Mendoza, Reese, Caleb Downs, Ione. I think Jordan Tyson is like an A minus, maybe a B plus. I do really like that pick. I think that's like an unassuming pick, but like the Saints did good work with that. As much as I have great disdain for the Saints as an organization, it's a good guy for Shuck to have a ball to throw to. Connor, you're a Bucks fan. Break it down for us. Who do you want? Why is it Ruben Bain?
I hate to support the death of a young woman.
You're not supporting the death of a
But-
young woman, but you're supporting the man who
But
probably.
I'm supporting the fall of a very, very good edge rusher to my football team.
Hey, again, allegedly he did it. It's not confirmed. I mean, there's no trial. He hasn't been found guilty of by a group of his peers. All right, he is innocent
No,
until
I mean,
proven guilty.
the charges got dismissed regardless. So
Yeah. So he is not going
the
to jail.
issue is Jason Light has always been a character first drafter, a character first GM.
Yep.
And that's why I didn't. That's why I wanted Vega, even though I thought Bain would fall to here. I'm like, Vega's the guy. He's off the board. Obviously, pick before sucks. Do you go get someone else? Get your character guy, or do you just take a really good edge rusher?
I mean, who else could they take here? Who else is on?
There's
your
no
radar?
bigger need for the Buccaneers than edge rusher here. It's not even close.
So, but who else?
Linebacker is up there, but they added Alex Anzalone. I don't think Kenyon Sadiq's a play there. I don't think you go wide receiver. Like, I don't know who else would be a fit unless you like another edge rusher more.
I mean, let's look at edges right now. I mean,
we mentioned all of them earlier. The list of like, if this is a Messidor, I won't be mad.
yeah.
if
I
this
mean,
is a-
if
this
it's
is a-
Messidor, you know why it wasn't Ruben Bain, right? Like that's pretty clear. Linebackers, who's still on the board? Linebackers wise, not really anyone I love. I mean, you're not taking Jake Golday or Trotter this high. You could, I mean, maybe CJ Allen, but probably not. It is a sort of a pivotal pick. I think like the Jets definitely are paying attention to what's going on right now, and that's a big pick for the
Yeah.
Jets because if Messidor goes to the Bucks, maybe the Jets take Ruben Bain and get another edge. I mean, I only had them taking
I honestly,
Ruben Bain and
when I
David
looked
Bailey.
at it-
Maybe they do it.
you look at Mesidor and Ruben Bain. I know Ruben Bain like has been seen as like having the intangibles, but Mesidor produced at a higher level last year in the same system. So you could argue for Mesidor over Ruben Bain, Then again, I could also see Jamad McCoy here because the Bucks do need a corner as well.
They kind of need a corner. That money is also tied up in their. They just drafted BMO, who obviously had injury issues last year, but they did just draft him. And then, of course, you gave a bunch of money to Zion McCollum, who had a down year compared to 2 years ago, but you got to hope he gets back to that point. And also, you took, Jacob Parrish, who could move outside if need be in the 3rd round last year. You've drafted a lot of cornerbacks recently.
Yep. For anyone giving me crap about wearing a hockey jersey to the NFL draft,
I think it's fair that they give you crap.
you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I'm committed to the
I'm
bit.
out here full 1st round prospects. Like,
All right. Here we go. The Buccaneers. Connor is a happy man. It's Ruben Bain Jr. Wow.
ooh,
Stellar.
Love it.
I mean, he is a difference maker. He is going to make a difference to this Bucks team. There's no doubt about it.
that's another A pick for me. I will say that. So make that 6.
I mean, listen, I think if you are a quarterback in the NFC South, you are not happy right now. I mean, Tyler Shuck and Bryce Young and whoever the Falcons are starting this year, probably Michael Penix, I would guess. Ruben Bain is coming. And this is a guy
He's got a top 10 value.
This is a guy who
that's impressive.
who has gotten after it both on and off the field, and he is not afraid to make big plays on and off the field. Connor, as the Bucks fan here, we were just talking about it. You're happy, obviously. What are your thoughts?
You've been void of a good secondary edge rusher to Yaya Diaby for a few seasons now. You tried it. You tried it last year with Reddick, Hassan Reddick, who obviously just wasn't very good. It was a decent shout, I think. Obviously, a couple years off of an incredible season for the Eagles. And then you tried it, the year before with, the Tryon Shoyinka pick a few years ago. You tried it with the Logan Hall pick. But you've been missing that secondary edge rusher that you haven't really had since Yaya's rookie year when he kind of exploded.
Yep.
Which was just the tail end of Shaq Barrett's career, and he wasn't even good that year. So this is the first year you feel like you got an edge one next to Yaya. I still think they could use another edge, and then if Kalijah Kancey can somehow stay healthy, you finally have a good D line.
And Yaya Diaby, relying on him as a number 1 edge would not have been a good idea. So,
he was very good as a number 1 edge when there wasn't a complete unplayable player on the other side of the
right. Exactly. Like that's sort of the discussion.
Having a true number 1 over there is gonna help Diaby be a better player with less pressure on.
And of course, this line still comes down to Kalijah Kancey for me. Just absolutely incredible player when he's healthy. Has not been able to stay healthy at all. He's a difference from
Kalijah Kancey,
great O-line versus not great O-line. But this healthy Bucks defensive line from Bain, Vita Vea, Kalijah Kancey, and Yaya Diaby across the board is in that top 10.
Yeah, and it's also gonna Connor. It's also gonna take,
up front is gonna be huge.
It's also gonna take so much pressure off of that secondary, right? By actually being able to get a pass rush. That was
Alex
a big
Anzalone being in coverage.
It was a big thing for the Bucks last year, struggling to get a pass rush.
They generated zero pass rush, especially the couple weeks that Yaya was hurt, and all the weeks that Kancey was hurt. It was nothingness.
Yeah, also, in case Kancey goes down again, you did bring in A'Shawn Robinson in free agency as well.
Yep. Yeah, they got depth across the defense.
And they brought back, you guys brought back Nunez Roaches too. So there's plenty of guys.
Great defensive line. Yeah, they have. I guess they're expecting.
Super Bowl champion Hakeem Nunez Roaches with the Bucks.
Of course, he was
Can't forget about him on that. He was fantastic on that Bucks team.
Him, Ndamukong Suh, and Vita Vea,
of course, Connor forgetting about Mr. Fireworks Boy, JPP.
Yeah, he was.
Oh my God, that's right.
Throwback to Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah,
I'm a little. By the way, so obviously Odell Beckham Jr. did a workout with the with the Giants the other day. Shocked that they did not bring Jason Pierre-Paul in for a workout. I mean, why not? If we're just bringing everyone back from like 2017, like do it right. Victor Cruz, get them all back. Eli Manning's probably still able to throw
It's gotta
football.
be like 45 by now.
So what? It's
Not
the
40.
Giants, man. Not winning a Super Bowl this year, anyways. All right, the Jets pick is in. Any thoughts who they're going here?
Why not throw Lawrence Taylor in the practice? Come on now.
Hey,
He hasn't missed a step.
Give me either
All right.
Devon McCoy and Ty Lemon.
The
or
Jets-
I think this is Sadiq.
wow, it is Sadiq. There you go.
Okay, you're way ahead of me. I don't know how. I don't know what's going on with this hotel TV, but I think that makes the most sense for them. in
Yeah,
building
it's
out this
an
offense.
interesting pick.
But they just took Mason Taylor last year.
Mason Taylor's not a
So-
good.
I mean,
football
dude, but
player.
it's Mason Taylor. Like,
But they just invested draft stock in a tight end. That's the bottom line.
So
it
what?
sucks. Sometimes you miss on picks. And also, is he going to be back? He broke his neck.
I mean, to be
Is
fair,
he,
but
coming back to football?
do the Jets care if he? Well, okay, coming back to football, period. That's
Dude,
one.
his neck
understand.
snapped.
I understand the vision of your tight end being your second leading pass catcher on this team, but why not just go receiver here? You have some good receiver options on the board.
Well,
If you don't like Lemon, you could go Denzel Boston. Like there's
Well, don't get Connor started on Denzel Boston because he's got
Okay.
2 hours
maybe
worth
Sadiq is
worth
just
of
the
run
best
time
pass
on-
catcher left, and that's
Connor's
why
got
they
a
picked
lot of run time on some wide receivers, but I don't know. Sadiq, it's like, does it move the needle for the Jets? I don't know.
I don't
it's
think
an alright
so
pick.
because you should have
I
just taken.
will say they do run 12 personnel.
Yep,
They run 2 tight
a
ends.
lot.
It's Frank Reich, of course. I don't know why you're still hiring Frank.
Why
Reich,
is Frank Reich still in the NFL? But yes.
But he does run 2 tight end sets. He runs split zone, 2 tight ends, sometimes fullback, but usually 2 tight end sets. He had it, with that. They always had that second tight end over in Indianapolis, the Doyle, the Alley Cox. He loves his 2 tight end sets, and Sadiq's a difference maker. I didn't want the Bucks to take him, but he is a difference maker as a player.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine pick. I don't know. It will be interesting to see, again, when we revisit the draft in 4 or 5 years, like what that Sadiq pick will look like. It's so determined by like what the Jets actually do at quarterback though. Like if they end up
Well,
sticking
Gino's
with
the quarterback, right?
Yeah, no, I know, but like down the road. Like Gino's not like the
I mean,
long-term option.
you can figure it out. You're gonna have if they're building up this team, you're heading into like some decent free agent classes. You could
Yeah.
go get a Baker Mayfield after this season.
I know, Connor,
Like-
you're shopping Baker
I
Mayfield
just
like
want him off my team. man. I
you're
just want
shopping
him off
Baker
my team.
Mayfield like no one else. Hopefully someone
Alright.
buys him. The
This
Lions
Lions
pick
pick-
is already in, by the way.
It's an lineman.
This is so
It's Monroe
clearly-
Freeling. It's Monroe Freeling.
It's so clearly Monroe Freeling. I was just saying that.
It's gotta be.
I mean, maybe they like Caleb Lomu better, but it's a tackle. No matter.
Hopefully
it's-
not. I hope one
The
of those
rumors have
guys.
said that Lomu is not getting past the 49ers. So if the Lions don't take him here, he will most likely be a first round pick according to that report.
I would love Caleb Lomu in a Patriots uniform. Just say that.
That could work too, but if that report's true, then he won't make it to the Patriots. I don't even know if I want to tackle for the Pats this first round though, because I feel like edge rusher is probably a bigger need.
I think we don't make a pick in the
I think
first
the
round.
tackle
I
would
think
be
I
off
think
the board.
I
I
think
don't
the
think you're getting
Patriots.
a good tackle by then.
I think the Patriots trade out of the 1st
I'd like
round.
a Cassius
personally.
Howell. That's who I have mocked. TJ Parker, that's another option to take Connors.
Yeah, I'd be excited with both of those
stuff,
guys. We're gonna have to talk about the Patriots in a little bit. There's been some extracurricular stuff going on regarding.
Should we really get that far into the Mike Vrabel
I
stuff
think we
over
have
here?
to. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that boy named Michael. That's a Vrabel kid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is crazy. Like,
That's a Vrabel kid.
there is no like, it's a weird, it's a gross situation. I also think Diana Rossini, just to touch on it, the post that she made announcing she was leaving The Athletic, acting like she did nothing wrong, is in hindsight one of the most insane posts or like statements I've ever seen.
Does she ever get a job
No,
in Germany?
no, absolutely. You can't. I mean, you can't give her a job anywhere besides
She could,
Barstool.
She could. She won't be a reporter. of course. She
Barstool?
could get
Is
a
she going
media
to
job.
Barstool? Is that-
Barstool,
is
Dave
that-
She could get yeah, she could
Portnoy
get
would hire her in a minute. He does not care about.
Yeah.
I mean,
he'll
K-
give her a morning show or
K-
something.
KFC
Like,
Barstool cheated on his pregnant wife, and he's like a massive member of the program. So I don't think Dave Portnoy has
But
any.
are we calling? I mean, Barstool's not. We're not calling that a sports journal over here. I don't
That's
think.
not,
no,
that's not
I-
journalism.
it
that's
is
sports
sports-
It's not
entertainment.
journalism.
It's not
It's sports
journalism.
entertainment.
It's sports entertainment. That's how I would classify it. Sports
Yes,
entertainment.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Which, by the way, to be fair, I mean, most of ESPN today is sports entertainment. I mean, let's be real here. Like,
True.
Hey, you think
It's
you
the
think
entertainment and
Rams,
sports network. It always has been sports entertainment to an extent.
Connor, go
Do you
ahead.
think the Rams told Matthew Stafford they're drafting a quarterback, or did they full Falcons it with the?
I think they told him. I think they told him.
Probably.
I think they
can't
told him.
imagine the Rams had that
You know-
little class because the Falcons are not. The Rams are not run like the Falcons. Let's just put it that way. The Falcons
You know-
are a poorly run franchise.
I just want to talk about the draft issue. Like, I'm glad they moved to 8-minute picks.
Yep.
But we're not going faster. It's just sitting on pick is in while the same amount of ads play in between.
Well, yeah, but the other team is on the clock. So, like, the Vikings
yeah,
right now.
of course. But every single time a team picks, the next pick is in instantly, no matter what. Like, no team's been on the clock.
Well, okay. I mean, Connor, don't be such a
With
Debbie
that far,
Downer.
but there's no change in the time. They lowered the timing just to run the same amount of ads. Like, that annoys me.
Well, we are.
Obviously, ESPN wants their ad
We're
money.
through
But
16 picks, and it's 9:49, which means we're on pace to end around 11:30. I
it's
feel
about
like
on
that's.
pace as last year.
Connor, how do I
mean,
press
don't know,
okay?
Some of these
Lost
drafts will
again?
go till midnight. Like,
Damn, what happened in the Knicks game?
Connor, how do I turn off idle service? How do I do that?
You can just turn the TV. Oh, you don't have the remote's not working. I'll do it on my phone.
Thanks.
Is it gone?
No, it's still there.
You good? No?
Still there.
Is stuff clicking? Oh, maybe it didn't actually go through. Hold on, it's connecting.
Yeah, so it's probably Monroe Freeling here. That's why they're bringing out the kid. Because they're like, oh, we know we want this big old tackle to give this kid a bear hug or something like that. I mean, he was always gonna make the big
yeah.
here.
yeah, probably. I could definitely see that.
Ooh.
I got. It's,
Not my favorite tackle on the board,
Blake
but
Miller.
it's a tackle.
it's a tackle.
That does fill the
I-
big need. I will give them that.
Yeah, but like over Freeling, I really like
Browns
Freeling. I know most people weren't as high on him as I was, but I think his tape versus Blake Miller was like a lot better.
Yeah, Blake
I
Miller's
still
tape
very
was
much like this pick
unencouraging.
because you obviously
needed a
need to
tackle.
take a tackle here. Yeah, like if you're not liking Freeland's tape, I think Freeling's better. But if you're not
So-
liking Freeling's tape, go get your guy at right tackle.
Panay Sewell's gonna pull a Tristan Wirfs and flip left. Has to, right?
There's no question at this point, right?
Has to.
Sewell is the left tackle. This is
Sewell,
a right tackle.
Left
right?
and Miller's gonna play right. That's interesting. We'll see how Sewell does on the left. Back on the left, I think.
Sewell is a bona fide star tackle. He will.
Yeah,
he
but you
will
know, right
succeed.
and left tackle are
Yeah,
different.
Tristan Wirfs swish over looked incredible. So I have full faith that Sewell can do the same.
Sewell's even better than Tristan Wirfs, I'd argue.
The question is like, I'm not. I don't know. I mean, the Lions do know how to draft tackles. I will give them that, but the Blake Miller pick is. I mean, it's.
Trust it. Trust it. The Lions. The
Yeah,
Lions
but
took
that's
Harry
not what
Picker
this
around
show-
this spot
But
a
Andrew,
few
this
years
show is not about realistic, reasonable takes. It's about insane. Like we got to make crazy predictions.
But someone,
just turned off,
someone
by the
has
way.
to someone has to be the guy with the reasonable take. So I will be the guy with the reasonable take right now.
Connor, the TV turned off. FYI.
I'm working on it.
No, you're good. You're good. You're
It's
good.
not
Don't worry.
connecting.
I'll save. I'll
Okay,
save my
the
crazy
Vikings
take
pick is
for
in.
Mackay Levin.
The Vikings pick is in. Caleb
pick's
Banks,
gonna be in,
defensive
man.
tackle out of Florida. Okay.
That's
I
a reach.
Um,
That's a
not
reach.
Don't love
not
that.
the D tackle I would have picked.
You like McDonald, right, Connor?
Any D tackle at this point is a reach. It's not a strong D
I
tackle
think
class.
McDonald would have been a fine pick here, and
What were the Vikings' needs? What were their needs before this?
I mean,
They
D
needed a
line
D
was a
tackle.
big need. I could have argued for corner here as well. I think those are really the top two.
They do
I
need a
had him go
safety.
Thieneman, I think. Michael, you had
Thieneman.
Caleb Love at 18, and Vega at 19. Michael, what the fuck was your mock? Sorry, didn't mean to swear.
It's an elite mock. Connor,
What
if
is
you look
going
at it,
on here?
Connor, if you look at my mock in hindsight, most of the guys that went within a couple picks of where I mocked them to go. I mean,
like I
Connor,
like this.
Connor, let me ask you this: did you have Ty Simpson mocked in the first round? You did, but yeah, at 27. I had him mocked at 9.
I had
Right in the
him
middle.
at
Right in the middle.
yeah. I think I had him at the Browns pick, whatever number that is.
I mean, listen,
Yeah,
I had
24.
Ruben Bain going at
For the trade up.
7. He went at 15. I had Sadiq go at 15. He went at
I
16.
had him go at 12. He went at 15.
Yeah, but I was close.
I had Sadiq down at 19 or yeah. 19
People
to
are
Carolina.
hating on my mock draft. It's
I
been
did as well. I had him 19 to Carolina as well.
Do we think there's any chance that with how badly they need a tight end, the Panthers just take a gamble on Eli Stowers here?
no. No, I don't see
think you
it.
can.
Or maybe when you just saw D-line and D-lineman and
This
Caleb Banks go, you go
you
for
could
Peter
go
Woods.
Monroe Freeling, you could go Thieneman, you could
I don't need a
go
tackle.
What about McCoy here?
Yeah,
go
Jamad McCoy is who I would have said. Just kind of
Pergnon,
makes
maybe.
sense.
McCoy is another one. Who are the wide receivers left on the board?
And a trade alert at number 20, the Philadelphia Eagles just moved
With the
into
Cowboys?
that.
With the Cowboys?
Wow.
Yeah, they trade up 3 spots.
That's
20th
O-line.
overall.
Wow,
Right?
wow. I mean,
That's
Oh
Freeland.
no,
That
I
has
think
to be
it could be an
Freeland.
edge rusher. I think that could be Mesidor.
It's Freeland.
Yeah, I know Lane Johnson's gonna retire soon, but we keep saying that, and he keeps playing more years. So like,
yeah, but he's not as good as he used to be. I'll say that. So
I think it has to be Freeland. I don't see how it's not, honestly.
because my light is
Um,
gonna be fine on that left side. Freeling would be on the right side instead of Lane Johnson.
The Eagles have been so like everything that comes out of that camp is we want O-line, right?
yep.
I just don't know how much I buy it. Could it be smoke?
If it's smoke, why are you trading up?
Or I mean, it's a great edge class, so possibly.
But I mean, Messidor maybe,
Possibly, I guess.
but
Yes,
I don't know if
Mesidor.
I don't know if the Cowboys.
Nolan Smith, yeah, you spent stock on him, but then Jalix Hunt in the other edge spot. I don't know.
Yes, but do the Cowboys trade back to give the Eagles an edge? Like,
I think I don't.
How
One
badly
thing,
did the Cowboys need an edge? We talked
let
about
me-
this earlier.
who are the Steelers going for at 21? Probably a receiver. Who are the Eagles probably trading post June 1st? AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
Makai Lemon, maybe right here.
Makai Lemon or Denzel Boston, whoever they prefer.
I mean, Omar Cooper.
Could be like this very well could be for a wide receiver.
Casey
I've heard a lot that
Concepcion.
Boston is going to be a top 4 receiver off the board, so I would say it is between Lemon and Boston if it is a receiver.
Like I cannot connect to this goddamn house.
It's okay. I have it on my
Now
computer.
we're looking at
It's all
a
good.
situation where, much to Michael's dismay, Makai Lemon may end up falling to the New England Patriots.
No, we're not picking Makai Lemon. Not a chance. If we pick Makai Lemon, I'm ending the stream right there.
He's not making it.
Probably not. But
Hopefully,
like,
I think if he's there, if
me,
he's there
a
at 21, he goes
fan,
at 21.
I just when I look at these pages, like Pop Douglas is fine, but a true Julian Edelman type out of that slot would be pretty cool. I know you guys have your opinions on Lemon, but I think he would be productive in New England.
I just hope
I
he
just think it's a
goes.
good-
I hope he goes to a team that I don't like, so I can root against him. Okay, the Panthers pick is in, and it is Monroe Freeling. Wow. Okay, they go tackle.
I mean,
Who-
not that I think it's a bad pick. I
Who
think
are
he's
their
very
tackles?
Good.
Who are their tackles?
Now the Eagles will not be taking Freeling. The Panthers
Yeah, I don't think they can,
have-
Andrew.
But it's got to be for receiver. No, it's Icky and Taylor Moton, it's been their tackles for a bit now.
Ike
Taylor
McQuarrie.
Moton is probably who you send
He's
inside.
a
or
good
send
player, though. He's a good player.
Maybe they put Freeling inside. I mean, he could definitely play guard.
No.
You don't think so?
Then I'm going to feel it. No.
You don't think so? I mean, he's not great in the run block.
I think Taylor Moton, or maybe
mean, Icky can move inside. Icky's on a 20 CL.
Yeah.
He's not playing.
Oh, okay, so
Yep.
is this a
Yeah,
short-term thing then, or
this is your. Well, they probably maybe view Icky coming back at guard eventually or whatever. But I mean, you're going into your playoff team and you lost your tackle for a year. You take
Yeah.
What's Moton's contract? Because if Moton's
I don't know.
contract is
Yeah, Moton
expired,
could be up. Yeah. Of course, it could work out like that.
I like the pick. I like Monroe Freeling. He was my second tackle on my
it's a
board.
solid pick. Yeah,
I like him a lot. Again, those who are viewing,
certainly the best tackle available. I don't know if tackle is the
course.
biggest need, but it certainly helps.
for everyone watching right now, please like and subscribe, and please leave your comments in the chat. We have this whole chat, and usually Connor's the one who doesn't read it. And
There's no way this isn't Lemon, right?
I think it's 100%
The
Lemon.
Eagles,
And there it is. With the 20th overall pick, it's Makai Lemon.
Hi. Wait, you
Yes!
even got more caught up.
so
What's going on here?
I mean, I'm reading it off of
That-
the
that
website
does-
on my right.
that
Connor.
does tell me
It comes up here quicker than it does actually.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
can switch
that
if
does
you
tell
want
me that
to.
AJ Brown is
No, I
such
like
a
this.
Patriot.
It's fine. I
and
mean,
all the
this
reports
doesn't
are
matter,
true.
does it?
Yeah, no. I mean,
So
AJ
honestly,
Brown.
you know what?
I don't think he doesn't necessarily have to be a Patriot. He is gone though.
I do, however, think the Patriots are the favorite for AJ Brown,
Oh,
and
for
therefore
sure,
I really
for
like
sure.
this. I really like this because I was talking, okay, maybe we get Makai Lemon, maybe he falls. Now the Eagles take him. I'd much rather have a certainty in AJ Brown than an uncertainty in Makai Lemon.
Now you're both Patriots fans. Say a team offers probably a more desirable second than you. Do you give up your 2027 first round pick for AJ Brown?
No,
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I
That's a
wouldn't.
no.
You need a true number one receiver. You have Drake
It's a-
May.
Interesting debate.
Let
You know?
me put it
First
this
round
way.
pick?
Josh Allen headed into year 3. Back when Diggs was really like that true number one. Allen got Diggs. Allen took a huge step. I see AJ Brown maybe having that same kind of effect for Drake May, even though Diggs
You-
kind of did it last year. Brown could take May another level.
No, yeah, I think if you want to know if you have something real in Drake May, you're gonna have a much tougher schedule, obviously.
Well,
if
actually,
you
I don't
wanna
know
know
about that. I mean,
if-
Connor, we discussed that. I mean, it'll be a tougher schedule, but we discussed this after the season, and I said I think the first place schedule in the AFC is easier than the second place.
No,
schedule.
AFC is very weak, but either way, if you want to know if you got the real deal with May, you got to get him wide receiver one.
Yep.
You got to and see
And
see
not a
if
guy
he
who
can-
like beats up a chef.
and
and-
see if he can be a superstar with a wide receiver one.
Yeah,
as much as I do like Lemon as a prospect, I don't know how much I love the fit for the Eagles though, because you're trying to
you know
replace
who Makai
an
Lemon reminds
outside
me a lot
receiver
of.
with an inside.
You know, who reminds me a lot of Connor.
Sure, but they need an inside. Their
Connor,
inside's
you
Are
know-
you about to say N'Keal Harry?
No, you know
No.
who? No, Eagles wide receiver legend, JJ Arcega Whiteside. That's who it reminds me a lot of. Fantastic player.
Man. But yeah, again, you're trying to
one of the
replace
only
AJ Brown,
Spanish, one of the only
an
Spanish NFL
outside
players
receiver.
ever.
Listen,
With
the
the
reason
slot.
why, listen, not to belabor the point too much of Makai, I just was really unimpressed by his tape. I watched his tape and I was like, okay, like I thought like, oh, this is a second round guy, and they were like, no,
He's a
this is
slot that doesn't get separation. It depends how far
See, but that was me with Drake London's tape a few years ago.
But
and look
Drake
how
London
Drake
had
London's not a
better-
slot. Drake London's 6'5",
and he has so much better hands. His hands
If you're
are
a
unreal.
slot, you gotta get. If you're a slot, you gotta get separation.
No,
I think
just
the
in
most
terms
common
of
comp
unimpressive tape.
is Amon Ra, who is the same kind of thing. That's why he dropped in the draft. Like, couldn't get separation. He figured out a way
Well,
to get separation.
look how Amon Ra has turned out
Yeah,
for the line.
But
I just
not
don't
every
think-
not every slot.
Right.
Not every slot that
Right,
can
like
get
Makai,
separation will
like
end up getting separation.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is the one that we know. You know what I'm saying, Carter? Like he's the one that succeeded. It's sort of like a confirmation bias, where like he's the one who succeeded, but we're ignoring all the wide receivers who are just like Amon-Ra St. Brown, but failed because they couldn't get separation. And that's how I feel about Makai Lemon.
But really, the NFL has gotten last year the premier wide receiver, the JSN, the Puka, the Amon Ra. It's a slow slot guy. Why? It just happens. And that is the model, and he fits
Because
that
it's
model.
easy.
I don't think
It's
he's gonna
easy
be
for the
that.
quarterback. It's easy for the quarterback.
I'll give you
That's
this.
You saw the Bucks. The Bucks took Emeka Buka.
I'll give you this. Like Jalen Hurts
Um,
definitely needs easy reads because he can't process anything.
And that, Makai
know,
Lemon will certainly be an easy read, so I will give them that.
It'll be an interesting pick. Now,
I think my comp here for him would
solid
be
D
Allen
line.
Robinson this second. That's where I sit with Malachi.
now wait, which Allen Robinson? Are we talking Bears Allen Robinson or Rams Allen Robinson?
I think Allen Robinson's career.
Okay, so like very
That's
mediocre.
not a bad career. I mean,
No, it's
maybe
a
not
solid
a
career.
first
I don't know if
round.
it's a good career
That's-
for a first-round pick.
I
One
think
time
it's a
Pro
second.
Bowler,
I think it's a second round career.
which is where
That's what
Allen Robinson went.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson was a very
Pick
good
is in for the
pick where
Steelers.
he,
Yeah, as a Steelers fan, part of me hopes
Boston.
part of me hopes this is an offensive lineman. Part of me hopes it's a wide receiver because we need a wide receiver, but like I don't know. Omar
This is
Cooper,
where I initially
I
had
will say this,
Vega.
Omar Cooper does stand out to me here as like the type of guy that could be drafted by the Steelers. He does feel like a Steelers guy.
we see Chase Basantis, the guard out of A&M.
I don't think so. I think if it were a tackle, I think it's probably Caleb Lomu at this point.
Because Freeland went to Carolina.
And
so
then
yeah,
the other
it
option, so
probably-
I think realistically it's probably Cooper, Lomu, or Nussmeier. It's one of those three in my mind. I mean,
what about like you know what? I could definitely see
If-
Nussmeier here. That is their
If I'm
biggest need.
taking,
Wouldn't shock
if
me
I'm
at all.
taking a guard, you mentioned guard. If I'm taking a guard, I'm taking
Perknott.
Caleb Tiernan
Oh.
out of Northwestern.
Tiernan?
I was tackle at Northwestern. Obviously, I think he's a better guard prospect, short-armed.
But
I
better
will
guard
say this:
is
prospect.
there
not
is
rated nearly
something to
well.
say about this draft is in Pittsburgh. So does that put more pressure on?
No.
No,
I don't know.
I don't
Might
see
be
it at
all
all.
aboard the Nuss bus.
I would not
I
hate.
think you okay. If it does, then Nussmeier's not your pick because Nussmeier gets you booed.
I don't know about that. I'll tell you this: if Nussmeier gets picked here, I don't know if Rodgers comes back. But I would be excited with
Nope.
Garrett Nussmeier. I would really. I know Connor, you really like Garrett Nussmeier. I would like Garrett Nussmeier here too. I think it'd be a
I
good
feel
pick.
like Nussmeier kind of had a rough most recent season, but 2 years ago, very, very good.
He's
player.
undoubtedly one of the most talented quarterbacks in the draft. He really does have a lot of the intangibles, a lot of the mechanics that I look at.
I think it was the loss of guys like BTJ and Malik Neighbors that
Yeah.
sort of held him back.
I'm also high on Nussmeier. I would not use pick 21 to get him.
I wouldn't either, but it's definitely a possibility. All right, the Steelers have got some high school football players and I guess flag football players out on the field or out on the stage.
The Bucks partner girls flag football team won it all I'm saying. Get these losers out of here. Sorry.
All right, they're giving a little speech. Jerome Bettis, Steelers legend, will announce the
Running
pick.
back, maybe.
No.
No.
There's not another first round running back in this class.
I was just saying Bettis, like. running
Oh,
back.
hell yeah.
That'd be
But it's
crazy
also
though.
like,
That'd be
I
crazy.
mean, it could be a running back. I don't know.
If you're
There's
taking
no
They've
Mike
done it before.
Washington Jr. here, just like or Nick Singleton, just
Akron
like throw
Allen,
it
Penn
out.
State.
Max Ian Ector. I'm happy with that pick. I like that
They
pick.
took the Packers guy.
I like that pick. I
He
think
was
that's
like
a good
he was
pick.
like a lock to the Packers. Everyone thought.
I like that pick. I
Um,
really do like that pick. I think that's
The
like
Packers don't pick in this round.
solid pick, guy you
Yeah,
needed.
yeah. But
Brod-
that was like their guy, right?
Broderick
That
Jones
the
was
rumor,
injured.
everything was him.
I like that pick a lot. He had good tape. He should be really solid for the Steelers. I like that pick.
I do see a world where he eventually moves inside,
Yes.
especially given the Steelers needed the position. You have Fautanu and Jones on the outside, both first-round picks.
Well, yeah, but Broderick
well.
That's
Jones
true.
may never play in the NFL again. So, because of his neck. I mean, you guys saw that report?
That's the real question.
Oh,
So-
but if you
that's-
somehow
I did
get
not see
Jones
that.
back,
Right.
then
So
you
that's
have flexibility.
why they took him here. It's like, listen, if Broderick Jones is healthy, put him in the inside. If he's not, this is your new tackle. So
Great flexibility.
that's why I like the pick. I think it's the
he
right
was
pick.
so good in the Senior Bowl.
Yep.
So good in the
Senior Bowl riser, and the Steelers like guys like that. He's a 4-year starter at ASU.
It's funny. A lot of trench picks in this like next 10 after the first 10.
It's
Eagles
a
did not take a
solid
trench
pick.
player.
Yeah, the one team
But
that
I
you
think
think
the
picks
Steelers-
trench guys did not take a trench guy. I mean, literally, if we just do a quick recap of picks 11 through 20 or 10 through 20, it's been tackle, safety, tackle, quarterback, guard, edge,
Even just closer
tight
look
end,
at
tackle,
17 through
DT,
21.
OT, wide receiver, tackle.
OT, DT, OT, receiver, OT, the last 5 picks.
So
17 to
Connor,
20.
who have the Chargers been linked to? I didn't see anything about the Chargers all week.
I had him taking
think
Omar Cooper Jr.
I think the big thing was Peter Woods, but I don't know if you take him here. Potentially a trade
Okay.
out could be on here, but Peter Woods was the guy that I saw come up a good bit.
The pick is
they
in, so
obviously
they are
need-
picking. They are
Also,
picking.
McDonald's on the board, of course. You could just go McDonald.
Well, Connor, I mean,
I
I
would
know,
not have been shocked,
Connor, I know why
honestly.
you're saying McDonald here because took a quick look at your draft here, and it looks like
Oh, I
Caden
didn't even
McDonald.
realize I had him there.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Caden McDonald.
I
So
think,
you like
definitely
him
think-
more than Peter Woods.
I do.
yeah, I mean, Caleb Lomu is the only tackle left on the board that is first round.
They don't
worthy.
need they need a guard, not a tackle. Well, I
Yes.
guess their
No, but
tackles
I'm
always
just
get
saying. I'm
injured.
just saying. Yeah, I mean, there are some good guards on the board. Like, as we mentioned, I mean, Bisantis, Rutledge, Pergnon, Slaughter. I mean, there are guys out there who they could take. I don't know about here, but there are definitely guys they can take. It's an interesting pick because they are picking. I mean, what's very interesting is we really haven't had that many trades. We had the Eagles traded, but
Three?
that was just a very like small trade.
3 trades, I think.
We've had 3 trades, but
we
no team has moved out of the first round yet. No team has traded away their first
Yeah.
round pick and not still
So
picked
that's
them.
kind of rare at this point, right? To move fully out of the first round.
Yes, unless you're in the very back end, like and the
yeah, that'd
Patriots.
be like the Falcons last year.
The
or
Patriots
so-
were rumored.
which was
Okay,
probably around this pick.
Here's the Chargers pick, and it is the other edge defender from Miami, Akeem Mesidor, playing alongside Khalil Mack. I think that's a good pick. I
Well,
like that.
I love Mesidor.
I like that
I
pick.
don't
He's a
know
good
how
player.
much I love Mesidor to the Chargers. When you have this runs into the same thing of how you divide your playing time with the edge rushers.
I
And
mean,
honestly,
Khalil
it's a-
Mack is old.
And he also
That's an old
broke
man.
his forearm
Yeah.
last year, so like he's
Yeah,
definitely got
true.
some
you
injury
also
problems.
have Tupelo on the other side. You have Kyle Kennard, who's probably going to get more playing time. Signed Bud Dupree for depth.
Messidor
So
had
it'll
played
be-
the inside a decent
plays out.
show.
Yeah, he could play inside, right?
Messidor probably the best run defending
He's a
edge in this
big
draft.
sack getter, though. He's a big sack getter. Had over 10 at Miami last year.
Yeah, I mean, how does that translate though at the NFL level? I mean, he could play a little bit inside. I mean, who knows? Harbaugh
12
definitely
and a
gets
half to be exact. I was
Harbaugh
third in
Harbaugh
the
definitely
AFC.
gets creative with how he uses players, and I think Messidor, in terms of like if we're talking about value on the board, probably one of the better value picks available. Um,
Agreed.
in my mind,
I
like
don't like
he's
the
a good
fit,
player.
though. I don't like the fit.
Cowboys on the clock.
So
Yeah, this is the first time we've had a
me,
team on the clock that hasn't picked. You know what I'm saying? The pick comes in, and then we go right to the next pick is in. The Cowboys are definitely feeling this one out. Then they're definitely fielding calls
It's an odd
for
one.
sure.
yeah.
It's an odd one.
I will say this has moved faster in the last handful
Yes.
of picks. And we're getting to the point where we're coming up on pick 24 after this one, and it's before 10:30. So
Yeah,
in
it's
terms of
sped up a
pace,
lot.
this has increased.
Connor,
compared to-
I know like we all love doing the drafts and we all love being here, but I think like sometimes with the first round in that last like 5 picks and it's like after 11, it gets draining. Like when there's just so much like we've already talked so much about everything. I do like the enhanced format personally, and I know this is aggressive. I think that it should be like 5 minutes a pick, and I will never go there, but I would love it to be 5 minutes a pick because here's what I think. Like teams these days, such big scouting rooms. They have so many like people working. It's like you know your guys. At the end of the day, pretty much it's between 2 or 3 players at your pick, or you're fielding a trade. That's it. Like everyone knows what things are going on. You know,
That's the thing. You need
whatever
to
happened.
see less trades this year. You got to wonder if that has to
No,
do with
I
the
don't
first
think so. I
round.
mean,
Are trades just going to go extinct?
I think why
Say
we're
no
seeing
more.
less trades than maybe in years past is like so many teams have already traded before the first round. Like think about how many teams already had traded picks from years prior for today. So like there were a lot of teams that probably just didn't want to move out, and it's a deep draft class. So like
And even this year,
there's a lot of
you had the pre-draft day of the Giants trading Dexter Lawrence for that 10th overall.
I don't know.
You
There's so many players that you can take at this point, that are good, and that's why I think we're not seeing a lot of people trade out. It's like there's so much talent on the board, so you don't need to trade out when you can make a good pick.
Pick is in.
Pick is in. Um,
back in the situation
So-
of waiting for an on the clock while another pick is in.
so they already took Caleb Downs. So where do they go from here, Connor?
You know, if you're picking non-premier positions that could make a defense, CJ Allen is right there as by far and away the best linebacker left
Yep.
on the board. It's a position of need. Jerry likes to get his guys if he's one of
Is it
Jerry's
too
guys.
early for that though? That's the question.
I don't think it's too. I think he's a first round talent to me. Obviously, premier positionness, maybe he's not, but
he's no Sonny Styles though.
No. But Sonny Styles is a top 8 pick. This is a guy that I mocked in the first round. I think he has the talent to more than
Connor,
enough to be a
where'd you
first-round
have
pick.
CJ?
I think I had him 15, 16-ish.
I could see a
maybe I had him
Caleb
lower.
Lou as well.
21 to the Steelers.
21. Where did I have? I had him at 28. So I had him to the Texans because
Like he's a first
I
round
did not
pick.
have him. in the
yes,
first
he
round.
is. He is, and it's not a bad pick. But I feel like Jerry, he wants someone who's gonna make a little bit more of a splash. Like
What about a tackle? Lomu, perhaps.
It's possible. It's
it's possible.
That's who I would have here. I'm going Caleb Lomu final answer
Caden
for
McDonald, that's a good one here.
Could
don't need
be
it, but-
McCoy if you want to add to that cornerback room.
You already added Caleb Downs in the
But
second.
that's a safety.
Safety.
That's a
Yeah,
safety.
sure.
Could be an edge of Kedrick Falk
Safety
of
in a
some
corner
kind.
the same draft would be interesting.
I know
Mm.
Jerry Jones is so tired of watching.
I know it's gonna be
cornerback
some
picker.
guy none of us expected here because it's.
I'm
Jerry
actually
Jones.
seeing when I
Yeah.
look at this Cowboys depth chart, Caleb Downs is being listed in the nickelback position on our lads.
basically a box safety at this point.
Yeah, I
for
mean that's
defenses,
not
so-
shocking.
because
That's
you're
not
playing
shocking.
too deep, and then your other safeties are.
Yeah.
It's
I don't really
That's
see a
just 'cause-
corner here because now you have Deron Bland, Kobe Durant, Siobhan Revel that can all slot into those two
yeah,
spots.
that's kind of
and
odd that it wouldn't be Revel in the nickel, Downs at strong safety though.
That could work as well. There's options here.
'Cause
Either way,
Revel's a good slot corner.
Cowboys don't need a corner.
It'll probably be some wide receiver that should be a 3rd-round pick that they take. Like they rip out an Antonio Williams or something. Like
Antonio Williams, coming up break. He's barely even like a top 5 receiver on the board right now.
I know, but it's Jerry Jones. See, is that a top 5 edge on the board right now?
Yeah, that's a Jerry Jones pick.
Is that a top 4
Malachi-
edge on the board right now?
Okay. Owl, Falk, you have
Ugh.
Parker, Jackus, Moore. He's nowhere near that. No.
Shout out Jerry Jones.
Shout out Jerry, man.
Uber athletic. Malachi Lawrence is uber athletic.
Did I think this is the first guy I didn't actually
first
watch
round.
film of.
So is this confirmation that Rashawn Gary is moving inside?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yep.
Because
That's
the Cowboys'
that's
bigger need was that inside linebacker. Maybe you fill that internally and then put Lawrence at edge with Ezra Raiku.
That is
That's
a pick.
interesting. What
That's-
the hell is this film, dude? That is one of the worst clips I've ever seen of a defensive. The guy got juked by a quarterback, by a Kansas State quarterback.
Connor, that is
I give that like a C+ from Jerry
That's
Jones.
nuts.
that's
There's just no way he wouldn't have been available on another trade down. There's just no point.
that is
So,
Oh, probably the worst
to be fair, I feel like
pick
the
so
Cowboys
far.
have had the best pick of the night and one of the worst picks of the night. Because Downs, I love that pick. So
Yeah,
Jerry
Downs is a
Jones
good
has
pick.
really had a mixed bag.
Jerry
tonight.
Jones has had a Jerry Jones draft.
Yeah, I mean, what else
This,
could you
this
expect?
prevents the Cowboys from being one of the best drafts. It also prevents them from being one of the worst drafts. They're
Yeah.
right in the middle.
I mean, I
Downs
think
on the clock.
it's like a D+ pick. It's like, all right,
Pick is-
like
Well, Caleb Downs to me is an A+ pick, so it balances out.
If
so.
I'm Cleveland, I am taking Jermon McCoy and walking away happy.
Yeah, if you end this draft as Cleveland with Fano and McCoy, you're pretty happy.
What about Denzel Boston here? Or a
I hate
different
Denzel
receiver?
Boston. So
I know you hate- okay,
Casey
okay.
Conception.
Omar Cooper.
Casey
Omar
Conception
Cooper.
is who I mocked here.
Casey Conception, I could see that
That's
as well.
who I mocked here. Omar Cooper, I like better than Casey.
I had
Casey
Chris
is who I
Bell.
mocked here.
I had Chris Bell going here.
Chris Bell.
Whoa.
I
Love
like
Chris
the other
Bell.
Bell. I like Skyler
I-
Bell.
I
like Skyler Bell more,
love.
too.
Well, Connor, to be fair, like I had Omar Cooper and Conception already going at this point.
I'd love like a round 3.
But I love
Patriots
Chris Bell.
Skyler
Chris Bell
pick.
is like he is. I hope, honestly, if he falls to the Patriots, I would love the Patriots taking Chris Bell at 30.
over Conception or Boston or Cooper.
Over Boston, yes. Over Conception and Cooper, no.
Yeah.
Did they already
If
have this?
Conception
How
and
did the
Cooper-
Browns?
Look,
Who
we've
was
got
picked
how many
34?
teams are going to take a
They're
receiver
already
between
here.
now and 31? I don't think that many.
Could be Cardinals. Could be Bills. Could be Browns here.
Cardinals
Could be
aren't here.
Chiefs.
Trading up.
Could be Dolphins.
Oh,
No, we're talking about taking receivers potentially.
A
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of these teams could take a
Yeah,
receiver.
a lot of these teams could take receivers. I especially like
Between
Eagles
now and
or-
31. I'm looking at
Dolphins,
needs here.
Chiefs, Cardinals, Bills. You don't
Bills.
think could take a receiver?
Bills could take a receiver. Bears maybe, but I don't see it.
I don't think the Bears take a
Texans,
receiver.
No.
Bears have bigger
Chiefs,
needs.
maybe.
Bears probably
Bears-
take
Bears are a
Thieneman.
possibility.
Could take
Bills are a
Thieneman or McCoy.
possibility. Miami is the big one that screams receiver to me.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
That's very clear to me that that's a receiver. Chiefs could, Bills could as well. But
Yeah.
bottom line, if it's only one of the Chiefs or Bills, and it's also the Dolphins, then in all likelihood one of
Well,
those. is
what
gonna
what
be
if what if
Boston,
the
and
Chiefs
you
get
Conception with
what if the
Cooper.
Chiefs get
What happens?
McCoy and they have both of the best cornerbacks in the class? I don't think it will happen, but
McDuffie and Snead 2.0?
why not? I mean, it's the NFL draft, man. Anything can happen. It's a
Yeah, I think Dylan Thieneman's still there as well, a guy who most people thought would go mid first round pick. Obviously, safety's not a premier position, but typically
I forgot to
lots of
mention
Adam
that
in the
the
middle.
Browns could take a receiver here.
Yeah, that's why I had him take Casey Conception in my mock draft.
Yeah. So, right, yeah. So you had Conception there. So Browns and Dolphins probably take receivers before the Pats. It's just a matter of, is Denzel Boston one of those two? Because we like Conception, we like
I hope
Cooper.
for all of those teams they don't take Denzel Boston.
I hope they do take Denzel Boston because that means a good receiver falls into the Patriots' laps.
Yeah, I like that.
He didn't even run the 40 time at the combine, man.
He is so
cooked.
slow. I hope the Chiefs take Denzel Boston, but if the Chiefs take him, that means he'll probably be good. So
Denzel Boston is worse than N'Keal Harry.
I honestly believe that if N'Keal Harry had been awarded that touchdown versus the Chiefs, where they said he stepped out of bounds and he didn't, his entire career would have been different. Like if he had actually been
Whether
able to
it's-
score that, everything would be different, and I will live in
Whether
that
it's
delusion.
Conception or Howell, I'd love an A&M guy to New England. That's what I'll say.
I think
Cassius
that's
Howell would be fun.
completely fair.
Cassius Howell,
Great.
that is a fun player.
I prefer
And
TJ
he's who I
Parker
have
as an
mocked
edge,
for the
but
Patriots. He's who Alex.
All right,
Barth
the
also
pick is in for the
mocked.
Browns. Here is Roger Goodell, and there it is, Connor. Bing,
Oh,
bing, bing,
shit.
bing, bing. KC
Oh!
Concepcion.
I'll take that.
Connor, wow, look at you.
That is a great pick
Love
for the
it.
Cleveland Browns.
He's a good player.
It's a
He's
good player. That's a fun pick. Sucks that I was literally one pick off. I just had to switch Conception and Bell, and I would have gotten him. But Connor
And
got
there's
him.
my 7, or no, more than 7. But that's another A pick for me. Because the
it's a
Browns
good pick.
really needed a receiver. And Conception.
Yeah,
to
I mean
play on the
now they
outside.
got a guy for Deshaun Watson to throw the ball to. I mean that's really what that is.
Give me a break.
They got Deshaun Watson. Maybe they'll
I
go.
can't wait. I
CD
cannot
back
wait
to
for Joe Flacco to return and be throwing it to Casey Conception.
Can you?
Can't
Who
wait.
can wait for the massage parlor duo days between Casey and Deshaun?
Do we
Just
When we're thinking fantasy here, do we think KC is the instant number 1, or do we think Jerry Jeudy still roams around? And
I think just familiarity. It's
Probably
a shooter
Jeudy.
of familiarity with Judy. I also think Harold Fannon's eating targets.
Yes.
but yeah,
as a
Harold
division.
Fannin is going to be the real number 1 here, if we're being real.
He's eating targets.
Oh yeah, Harold
Bears on
Fannin
the
is a great
clock.
pick this coming year. He's going to be one of those bona fide top tier tight ends that everyone's taking in the top 5 rounds, I'd say.
I would love Caden McDonald as this pick for the Bears here. I think that'd be a slam.
But
dunk
when
pick.
have the Bears ever made a sensible pick? I mean,
Caleb
actually,
Williams looking pretty
Like,
good.
There were a lot of rumors that they were trying to get Dexter Lawrence in those discussions. I think you try to get a big body in that interior.
I like a
Ozzie
Caleb
Trapillo.
Lowe move.
Ozzie Trapillo did get hurt, and I don't think he'll be
Yes.
back this year. And Braxton Jones kind of sucks, so it definitely could be tackle.
all right, the
Yeah,
pick is
Caleb
in.
Lowe.
The Bills are
Caleb
on
Lowe.
the clock.
Or an edge rusher here is another option.
Edge rusher is another. Yeah, those would be my 3.
Because you have Montez Sweat, but you need someone next to him.
And there are guys available. Like there's plenty of guys that you can look at that are.
They do
It's a
definitely need
elite
linebacker after
edge
losing
class.
both of theirs, but I don't see that.
I
That doesn't seem
see-
like
I see probably 6 or so edge rushers that I would not complain about being taken here.
I
Yeah,
consider that Devin Bush. But
but Devin Bush. I mean, come on, like it's
Devin
DB.
Bush.
You know.
Noah Sewell take over.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is
You can see that.
the Bears have options. I mean, all these teams have options. Like that's what's sort of cool about right
Because
now.
these are playoff teams. We're getting into the part of the draft outside of the teams that traded here that are playoff teams.
Right. Exactly.
Chiefs
And
and
all
Dolphins are the exceptions, and like the
right.
Chiefs
So
and
so
Dolphins.
these are better teams that still have needs, but maybe not as dire or as obvious
Yeah.
needs. And so like they have
One team I look at with very few needs this draft is the Houston Texans. I honestly think the Texans are a CJ Stroud bounce back year away from Super Bowl contention. But how likely is that
here's the
CJ
thing.
Stroud breaks
Does
through?
CJ Stroud bounce back?
That's what I question.
The $1 million
So
question. And I think
because
the
if he
answer is
does,
no. And
I
I'm,
think the answer is no also, but if he
I think he'll have a good
theoretically
regular
does
season.
he has such a good roster around him. Such a good
Yeah,
roster.
I think.
Now,
he'll be
wait,
fine in the
Connor,
regular
wasn't there some
season.
Nico Collins news today, or was that just am I just making something up?
I don't remember that. I can
There was
see if I
something.
missed something. Is he sitting out for money or something like
Teams
that?
have
I
called the
mean,
Texans to check on
Oh,
Nico
it's Jordan
Collins.
Schultz. It's
Yeah,
Schultz
okay.
report. Yeah.
the Texans have also kept finding ways to win first round playoff games. So I know Stroud hasn't taken that next step, but they're going to be a solid team no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, with that defense, it's hard for
Defense
them not
is-
to be like competitive. But
And
the
offense
issue
no
is, the issue.
Collins, Higgins at receiver, Montgomery and Marks are going to be a good running back tandem. Schultz at tight end. I like this offense outside of Stroud.
I love Schultz. He had a rough year, especially blocking.
Let's be honest about something though.
Well,
This is
over.
this is the end of
What
the
about-
leash. This is the end of the leash for
Is-
Stroud.
Is Joe Mixon a real person? That's the real question.
No.
If you ask,
But you have
if
two
you
other
ask
guys. You have
Jeb,
Marks and
if
Montgomery.
you ask
No,
Jeb,
Marks
he
is
is.
perfectly fine. But is Joe Mixon a figment of our imaginations or not?
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. He never existed.
I mean, that whole year is like, oh, could be back by week 1. They said before the season. Could be
I
back by
never
week
trusted the
1.
Joe
I didn't
Mixon
either.
rumors. I avoided
I
him the
said
plague.
from the beginning. I said from the beginning he's out the whole year.
I said that too, and I'm like, yeah,
No.
do not draft this guy.
Yeah.
Do not draft this guy. No,
Absolutely not.
what I'm kicking
Oh.
myself about is I was on the Woody Marks train all preseason, and then I backed out and I never took him. So I'm like, damn it.
So who are the Texans jumping for here?
Yeah, so the Texans have traded up.
Whoa! They
Oh,
gave up
so they
63 for
traded
2
up.
picks?
They don't even. I don't get that. They don't. Maybe a
That's nice.
CJ.
They want
Allen?
Nussmeier.
Yeah, maybe
Allen,
it depends who the Bears take here. Maybe if an edge goes, maybe they think, oh shit, one's not dropping, or maybe it's like a receiver. It could be a receiver if they.
I actually do like Jacob Rodriguez as a linebacker as well.
I love Jacob Rodriguez, but I'm not going to say a word because I want him to fall to pick 15 in the second round.
Connor wants his guys. He wants his guys.
I adore Jacob Rodriguez. Awful mustache though. Awful mustache.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
You really got a couple more good ones. Like I feel like Sonny
It's a good
Styles.
linebacking class. Yeah.
Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese have kind of concealed the fact that this is a fairly deep linebacker class too.
Yeah, no. CJ Allen, Jacob Rodriguez, Jake Golday, Anthony Hill.
I even like
did they not
late
just
round
pay-
flyer Jack Kelly, Red Murdoch.
Did they not?
All right,
just-
there it is. Dylan
Did they not just give
Thieneman.
Kobe Durant like $50 million?
Yeah, but Connor, you told me. Remember what you told me whenever the Bears get to free agency, they always
Kobe
Yeah,
overpay
no.
for.
Whenever they sign a defensive player mid-market, they suck. But they did give him the money, and their other safety's Byard, right?
No, Byard's in
No,
the
they don't
Pats.
have Byard anymore. Cam
Oh, they
Lewis.
signed Cam Lewis.
this
though.
is for
They
their
gave
other
Cam
safety.
Lewis money.
So they gave Lewis and Bryant money, but something tells me that they don't trust both of them to hit. So it's like one
Maybe
of them's
goes
going
in
to
the
hit the other.
slot? No, but Kyler Gordon's good in the slot. It's a weird situation. Yeah, I guess
They
you
still
three
like
safeties,
these
what can
safeties are fine, but they're not exceptional.
This guy looks
so
like a
Thieneman is-
douchebag, by the way.
Yeah.
What
No,
is that?
complete.
This guy looks like a douchebag, man.
Who is Steinman?
Complete.
Dylan Thieneman. He's got like the shirt buttoned all the way down, aviators on. Like, come
Oh.
on now.
It's like, bro,
But, like-
you're a white safety. Let's relax.
It's a good value pick. I had this guy 12th
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I
Yeah,
had
everyone
It's a very
basically
good
had him in
value.
the teens, and you get him at 25. Maybe they don't like what they see with Cam
the
Lewis.
question
and-
is,
and
does
Creed.
it make
Probably not,
sense?
because Cam Lewis I don't think is very good.
It's fair. He had a solid year last year, if I remember correctly, for Buffalo.
But
Obviously kinda
neither of those guys
takes
are
spot.
your bona fide star safety. Thieneman has the upside to be,
Well, they paid Kobe Durant like a star.
or Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, sorry. They paid
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant like a star. They gave him a lot
I
of
got the
money.
depth. I've got the depth chart below me, so
They gave him a good amount of money for a safety. That's like 4-year, 50 mil or something like that. That's pretty crazy.
All right, the Texans pick is in.
Yeah.
Already not a shock. I mean, if you're trading up,
I
you
mean,
should
what are
probably
you
know.
jumping
this is a
Sanford
linebacker.
for?
It's got to be a
You think
linebacker.
I was
or
thinking corner as well could be an option.
Gerard McCoy, right there, right?
Yeah,
they
Jermon
have
McCoy.
Rob McCoy.
they have a good corner duo though. They have
Sure,
Stingley
sure.
and Lax. They don't need a corner.
They
Caden
do have
McDonald.
good corner
Caden
duo,
McDonald.
but-
Caden
And
McDonald.
then Petrie's in the slot as well. So
And they added Reed Blankenship.
Yeah,
So-
I mean,
yeah,
Caden
Blankenship,
McDonald
it's-
is definitely a
this
guy that you have to think
secondary.
about.
Okay, the Texans secondary is the best secondary in football. I'm gonna
It's pretty
just
solid.
put
I
that out
don't
there right.
I don't love Lassiter. He got burnt a good bit.
Yep.
Edge does feel like a spot for the like I'm thinking, why are you jumping the Niners?
Why are you jumping the Niners?
What do the
Well, they jumped
probably
the Dolphins.
probably an
Really, is
O-line.
what they did.
What about
right?
a tackle here?
It could
They-
be D tackle.
Well, hold on. But didn't the Texans jump the Dolphins, not the Niners, right?
No, they jumped the Niners.
No,
Or
the
maybe-
Dolphins are 27.
I would like.
Unless there was
what if-
another trade. Was there another trade?
Are there any O linemen here that could play
The
on
TV
this
says
side?
San Fran right now. I might be lost.
Because I feel
Yeah,
like the Niners are
So
going over.
Dolphins traded up. Dolphins traded up. After
Yeah,
the
because
Texans traded
Dolphins
up.
were okay, interesting.
Now
yeah.
the Niners moved. back
That's
again.
interesting.
So whoever the Niners wanted,
The Texans are gonna
the
take.
which maybe Caden McDonald.
Lomu, Caleb Lomu.
I
You
mean,
think why would the
but
Niners,
why would the
they're bringing
Texans
back-
want
The
to
rumors
tackle?
were saying that Caleb Lomu was not going to get past the Niners.
But why would they
Oh,
want to
okay.
tackle?
They just paid Trent, did they not? They just gave him like a decent
What
sized
if
extension.
they say see Lomu as a guard though?
Insider? Yeah, no, that's possible. That's
That's
certainly
because
possible.
I think guard is probably a
So
top
you're
two.
you're replacing Titus Howard if you're the Texans here.
Yes, yes.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean
Because
that's not bad.
I think outside of linebacker, O line is probably their top.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen, Lomu's a great player. I really was hoping he'd get to the Pats, but might not be to be. It might not. It might
Like,
not be
but,
what it is.
like, I'm not. I'd prefer to get a guy who's going to play right away, an edge rusher, over a tackle that's going to have to wait a year behind Moses.
Wow. Wow.
It's a guard. I guess that makes sense.
I mean, that's kind of a little bit unexpected, though, right?
No.
They're going guard. we're
we're saying we
No, I like
we
that
viewed
pick a lot.
Lomu as a
no.
guard.
I
needed a
like the
guard.
pick. I like the pick, but like they jumped the Niners for Rutledge. Is that? I mean,
Well, the Niners also needed
Or
a
the
guard.
Niners going to take one.
Right, but- but-
the Niners, that Lomu could have been smoke, and Rutledge was clearly their guy because they immediately traded out.
I mean, listen, I like Rutledge a lot. I think one of our friends, Connor, Georgia Tech guy, will probably be pretty happy with that. He's a solid guard, man. He really gets the job done, and
Chocolate champion.
I don't think I had him in the first round, but like he was definitely one of those guys who's sort of a first, second round floater,
At a
like someone who
certain
could
point,
definitely be there.
when you get down to this part of the first round, you're going to see some teams reaching for their needs, and I think that's what this is for the Texans.
Yeah, I mean,
And the Niners probably wanted him too, so that shows this is not the only team that was looking at Keelan Rutledge.
right now the question is,
Yeah,
what
clearly.
do the Niners do now? Do they just take Lomu, or is that a complete?
They probably
snap?
just take Lomu.
Probably see what's on the clock at 30. See your chances. They could trade down more if they don't like him. Like, you have a lot of room. Now, who are the Dolphins jumping Buffalo for? Wideout?
Yes, because this is Cooper or Boston, I would say.
Yeah, I
Interesting
mean,
maybe
spot if
put
you're Buffalo, you
wanna
know.
get
You
crazy
traded
here.
back. Traded back if you're Buffalo, thinking probably you could have got the wide receiver there, and the Dolphins jump you.
Yeah, because the Bills might be thinking, okay, we can get whoever the Dolphins don't take out of Cooper and Boston, which would
Well, they
suck
didn't
for the
expect-
Pats because
the
then there's
Dolphins
no
traded
more.
up. Dolphins traded up after Buffalo traded down, right? So
yes, the
probably
Dolphins
not
just
expected.
traded up.
They were thinking, oh, it's going guard, guard or whatever.
All right, the
or
Dolphins pick is in,
something like
which
that.
means the Bills
Maybe
are on
the
the
Bills
clock.
like both receivers, and the Dolphins only have
possible.
one in mind.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, we'll see. Maybe Buffalo.
As
trades
long
down
as
with
as long
Buffalo.
as the receiver knows
Maybe
how to
they
like
all
sign
agree with
his
you guys
as long
Joe
as the
Boston.
receiver knows how to sign his name to the contract, I think the Bills don't care. Keon Coleman. Do I my full name?
Cookies.
Keon Coleman. Don't get me started on Keon Coleman.
What? He's an elite player. He's an elite player.
Cookies.
Elite player. Elite mind. He's a mind
That's
for
a
the
diva.
game. All right, so looking ahead a little bit, do the Patriots make a pick in the first round or do they trade out?
I think they make a pick because there's so many good edge rushers. Just take one.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
tackle class is running thin. Take an edge before that runs thin too, because there could be a big run on edges and then you risk missing out.
I think there's a planet you could see, some team maybe looking to trade back in for Nussmeier. First round, if you view them high, first round contracts are big for quarterbacks. That fifth year option matters. So whether it's the Patriots or one of the other teams, team could be looking to get a fifth year option on a quarterback. I don't see it, but it's definitely if a team wants a quarterback, they want that fifth year option.
I will be
Yep.
right back in just a moment. Hopefully, make it back in time for this Dolphins pick.
you know, yeah, it's an intriguing discussion that we're having. Like there are only so many more picks, and how much do teams value jumping back up into the first round to get a guy before waiting for tomorrow? Like do any teams care about that? I mean, I think the teams that we would look at that would care to jump into the first round would be probably Cardinals, Titans, Giants, Commanders, and Saints. Like teams that are
Cardinals come most to mind to me. I think as a team that
Yep.
that would want that. But yeah, who knows?
Folks, we're
Buffalo
still here
on
to
the
answer
clock.
questions. We're still here to, I mean, listen, it's only as fun as you want it to be. So if you have a question, go ahead and ask. We're here to talk about anything football related. So it could be about the Dolphins pick, a previous pick, or an upcoming pick. We're here to answer questions and like and subscribe and share. Please share with your friends. Even if you're not watching live, watch on the replay. The Master Plan is a podcast. We only do one live show a year, as Connor knows. Because if I made him do more, I would have to start paying him a salary, and we have no budget. So, although Connor, again, if the Knockaround CEO, loves fun people so much, I mean, I will gladly wear Knockaround sunglasses for a full stream if that's what's required of me. I'll look dumb, but I'll do it. I would do it. I'll wear 3 pairs of sunglasses for him. I'll be Mark Hubbard.
Indoor sunglasses, a classic.
I mean, hey, listen, the guy who just got drafted, Dylan thought he had indoor sunglasses on. He's an NFL player. So
he did.
So yeah. Okay, the pick is in. Okay, that's an interesting one. Chris Johnson.
What? Wait, what? Halfley?
Over McCoy? Like that's what's most shocking to me. Over McCoy. And a couple other guys as well.
I'm not a Chris Johnson guy at all.
I did not even watch his tape. Not on my board.
I did.
You did?
I didn't.
All right,
like
talk
him.
to us about him, Connor. What did you?
He's
like?
quick. He's small. More of a zone guy.
Why not take Terrell's younger brother, Avion? If I mean, they're similar builds, right? Like Avion's smaller zone guy.
Avion's not very good.
Well, I mean, but Chris Johnson is better. You think?
It doesn't seem like he seemed like such a scheme guy. He was super athletic. His combine was fantastic, but I don't see it with him.
It's a question mark, right?
Yeah, I think he's speedy, but still has trouble. Getting taken over the top a little bit. It's not a big fan of Chris Johnson. Small, but not a slot for his size. Like he'll stick on the outside, but I definitely worry about him at the next level. Obviously,
Whoa, okay, Connor. We were discussing whether the Patriots are going to pick.
trade up
They traded up. So
above the Chiefs. Wideout.
the pick is in already. Caleb Lomu.
Well, yeah. I don't think you're jumping the Chiefs for Lomu.
Caden McDonald.
Could be possible.
I mean, we do need an interior guy, right? But not as much as an edge. Cassius
Bill's
Howell.
just stalking picks, huh? An edge might make sense.
All right, here we go then.
Wide receiver might make sense.
Give me
All
someone
we're
good.
back.
Patriots on the
Patriots
clock,
on
Andrew.
the clock, Andrew.
Oh,
We're on
they
the
traded
clock.
up.
Yep, we traded
This
up.
could be receiver. I
By the
feel
way,
like
so the
this is
Dolphins
receiver.
took Chris
That-
Johnson. We were just discussing
Yeah.
like
Chris
Weird.
Johnson.
Yeah,
Who
weird.
is that? Oh my god.
Cornerback.
SDSU.
Yeah, small state cornerback.
So, folks, Patriots on the clock. Put something in the chat. No, I don't want to just keep typing to myself. and
I know
messing
they're
up.
not. I know they're not jumping for a cornerback. I'll tell you that much.
All right, the pick
Yeah.
is in.
It's a
Goodell is on the
receiver-
stage. Oh! Caleb Lomu! I got it right. I got it right.
Whoa!
I got it right. I love it. Will Campbell, you are a guard. Will
When
Campbell,
had
you are a
so
guard.
many receivers.
I love
and
it.
So
I
many
love it.
edges,
I
it's
love
like-
it.
Okay, what about Vera Tucker? What's happening to him?
Very excited. Very excited.
You just said Will Campbell, you're a guard. You have Vera Tucker at left guard.
Play right guard.
Onwenu?
Onwenu plays tackle.
Right tackle?
Morgan Moses
Okay,
plays.
so you go.
Well,
Morgan
Morgan
Moses-
Moses. Let's be honest. Morgan Moses isn't officially back.
Right, exactly. He's not officially back, which this could be
This pick signals to me
that Morgan
like,
Moses is done.
Morgan Moses ain't coming back.
Yeah,
Morgan
that's
Moses retired.
yep. Yep.
Because you just drafted like your interior set. You have very good interior.
I just don't understand.
You're not you're not adding Vera Tucker if you then viewed Will Campbell as a guard. No, Will Campbell's
Morgan
sticking.
Moses is contracted by the team. He's not a free
Yeah,
agent.
but
not a
he's-
but he could very easily.
He could just
He's
retire.
40.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sure, but
That's what they've been saying. He's contemplating retirement, right? Like they don't.
Yep. Yep. And that to me probably means he's retiring. I like the pick. I mean, as someone who mocked this pick at 31, at 28, I think it's a great pick. I think Lomu's a really solid tackle. I think he could play guard if he wanted to as well. I'm all for protecting quarterbacks, and I'm all for protecting Drake May.
Also, it's been an
No problem with it.
injury-prone offensive line, right, through the last couple of years. Adding depth
Yep.
isn't bad. A first-round
Depth
pick
is
for
never a
depth,
bad thing. And
though.
by the way,
a
if we-
first-round pick for depth, though, a trade-up first-round pick for depth.
I mean, we traded up what 3 spots. Like, I get what you're saying. I will say though, you know, when you
I
look
think
at
he
what
might be
happened,
retiring.
when you look at what happened in the Super Bowl, Connor, like we just could not stop that rush. This is definitely a reaction to that. You got to have your offensive lineman healthy, and Patriots
but
didn't.
you also couldn't put any pressure on the quarterback, which is why I would have just gone Cassius Howell or TJ Parker.
Yeah, but maybe
gonna- I'm
those
gonna-
guys all go to day 2. You know, you can always get a day
I'm
2.
going to be out here. Loma would never be better than Viridian Lowe, than a healthy Viridian Lowe.
Vidarian
I'll
Lowe.
put that out. Yeah.
But is
Come
but
on.
is Lowe
who is
Vidarian Lowe.
who is the best tackle option in the Super Bowl? for
Okay,
them, and they still went
okay,
away from it.
but is Lowe gonna be healthy?
He's
Gotta
doesn't
ask yourself
matter to
that
you.
question.
He's on the Niners now.
Well, okay. I mean, fair
Yeah,
enough,
obviously he played 2 seasons ago. He played on like a torn meniscus or whatever, and it kind of screwed him playing through injury. But he was fantastic when healthy in for the Patriots in games this year.
yeah, I mean, I like the pick.
Probably had a much better chance to win a Super Bowl if you were starting him.
Connor, I like the pick. You know, I mean, it's a solid pick. It wasn't flashy. They could have definitely done something else. But I
Means
want to
Morgan
see.
Moses is
I
probably
want to see. I
retiring,
want to see how these next 4 picks play out, and I want to see what happens with Morgan Moses, and then I can sort of determine it better. Like if the Patriots can get a good edge in the second round and Moses retires, this is the right pick.
This is still, to me, though, only the 3rd biggest need for the Patriots because you have edge rusher and receiver that still need to
Yeah,
be
but
filled.
you're probably
Can
thinking to
you fill those
yourself.
on day 2?
Yeah,
sure. But you're not picking again until
You could trade up.
Unless
You
I'm
can always
mistaken
trade up in the
Pa-
second round. It's not that
Yeah,
hard.
unless I'm mistaken, and the Pats have another second round. Yeah,
You
it's
can trade up in the
31st.
second round, and you're gonna get AJ Brown. That's what you're thinking. So
You're gonna get AJ Brown, but you still should probably trade up for an edge if they start flying
yeah,
off
but
the board.
it's not that hard to trade up in the
Discussions have not even started for AJ Brown.
Yeah, unless
That-
We're getting
that's
him,
a
Connor.
June
But-
1st.
Connor, listen,
That's a
we have
June
we
1st.
have we
You
have
are so far away from
Mike
that to
Vrabel
think
is
we
our
are
head
getting him.
coach. Mike Vrabel is our head coach, and he's seeking
Yeah, and
therapy.
his inside scoop is gone. His inside
True.
scoop got fired.
His inside scoop
His,
Then
is
his
gone.
again-
reporter leak. His reporter leak's gone.
I have, if the Patriots want to go for a value edge rusher like a Jackus or Derek Moore, Romello, I wouldn't complain about that either. I like those three.
I mean, an edge rusher has not been picked since Malachi Lawrence.
So maybe it's just
So-
like these teams aren't valuing the edges as first round values and they're more second round values, and they'll all just go tomorrow.
Oh wow! Look at that. The Jets traded up again. The Jets are going to make 3 first
I
round
thought the-
selections. Wow.
Didn't they do this 2 years ago?
Well, they had first overall in the second round, so that's not moving up that many picks. And now the 49ers completely
Yes,
move out of round
but
one.
it is significant to move into the first round. I know they're not moving up a lot of picks, but it is significant to
your
go.
Fifth year option. matters.
Quarterback, maybe
year option.
nuts bust.
That would be crazy.
That'd be crazy, but I would
But
not
fifth year option matters on.
I wouldn't hate
anywhere.
it.
wouldn't hate it, wouldn't be surprised. I think that's actually a good shout, Connor. Like Nussmeier here, if you're really valuing that 5th year option, which teams do, especially for quarterbacks, like it's big if you can get it for a quarterback who you know you're gonna have to pay big money.
I do see quarterback here, and for the Chiefs, I see an edge. We've been talking about edges haven't been going. The Chiefs.
I
have
mean,
edge.
they could easily take wide receiver though.
True. I just think edge is a slightly.
I think I think you could go Kaden McDonald, you could go D line, or if they prefer Peter Woods or edge, I think you beef up that D line. Obviously a
And then-
not as great as normal season inside for Chris Jones.
Ooh, well,
Though they did add Tonga, right? So
they're adding someone
maybe it
else,
is edge.
Connor. 29th overall
Oh,
selection to the
how do you
Chiefs,
already see the
Peter
pick?
Woods,
Yeah, D tackle.
Clemson.
That's a pretty good rotation between Chris Jones,
But-
Tyrese Tonga, and,
No
and,
Caden McDonald.
and Peters.
Peter Woods.
No Caden McDonald.
Not bad. Not
Yeah,
bad.
I
They
don't
could have
know.
done better,
I
but
don't
it's
know.
not.
I really like Caden McDonald.
And he's probably not going to be in the
But
first
Peter
round.
Woods' consensus was looking like a higher pick than Caden
I
McDonald.
think if this imagine the Seahawks at Caden McDonald at 32, man. Jeez.
Be different.
That could happen.
Wow. I mean, that's an interesting pick for sure. I mean, I don't hate it, but and maybe there's something with Caden McDonald, man. Maybe there just is. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there always could be something we don't know about injury, like something, but that's shocking to me.
Yeah. I mean,
he's the best run defender in the class.
that's what I was thinking.
I don't
so,
think it's that close.
so the fact that he's not one of the first 2 off the board.
yeah,
is
Caleb
crazy.
Banks goes above him. I don't like that. I still hate that Caleb Banks pick. That was what 18th is what they took.
Yeah.
Vikings, man, Vikings.
They could have had Caleb Banks in the second round probably at 218. And they took him at 1.
Dude, this is a
There were bigger needs for the Chiefs here, I'd say. I don't hate the pick. But it's still not the best they could have done.
Yeah, it didn't really address what problems that they have.
Which, like, guys who can catch passes, guys who can sack quarterbacks. Peter Woods is just going to be your up the middle nose tackle type.
yeah.
But I will
Mhm.
say,
You already
like,
have Chris Jones, and you signed Kyrus Tonga
Tonga.
away from the Patriots.
Yeah. And like
I guess maybe
McDonald
you
seemed
start
like
him over
the
Tonga.
spot. McDonald's like, damn, I'm gonna destroy the run game while Chris Jones and Tonga could get on the pass rusher. I don't know.
maybe not. Maybe guess not. I mean,
that's tough to.
all right, the Jets pick is in. Okay, who
What do you got,
else?
New York?
Who else do the Jets? What else do the Jets? What are they looking for? They've already taken
out.
but
I
they've
guess they
already-
took a tight end.
took a tight end. You think they'd go a wide receiver?
I think the
don't know.
Jets.
build it up
well,
for
yeah,
Geno,
the Jets could
man.
take a This is Nussmeier. I will stand
What
on that.
about CJ
Yeah, it
Allen,
feels like
Connor?
they need a guard pretty
What about
bad.
CJ Allen?
You're not trading back up for
CJ
linebacker
Allen, no.
here.
It's
You're not,
it's got to be a premier position. So if it's not Nussmeier, I say it's receiver.
could be interior line.
Maybe a corner. Maybe a corner. But you're
Um,
not trading up for a corner
yeah,
unless Mod McCoy is gonna fall off the board here.
Well, McCoy could definitely go 31 or 32, I think.
Yeah, so like it's either okay. So you could see, I could see receiver, I could see McCoy, but most of all, I think this is Nussmeier.
All right, here we go. And with the 30th overall selection, the Jets have selected Omar Cooper Jr.
Okay,
So it was wide
I
open.
really wish some team was stupid enough to take Denzel Boston.
Well, one will tomorrow. I mean,
Come on, Buffalo. Come on, Buffalo.
what do we
It's a
think?
Really fun Jets draft. I don't agree
Yeah.
with Bailey over Reese, but Sadiq and Omar Cooper are two solid picks to have.
Gino's gonna have
on-
guys to throw to. I mean, with
that's
Garrett Wilson
your
too.
start. That is 4 across. If Mason Taylor's healthy, that's your 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver set right there. You know.
Yep, and all
with-
for Gino to throw like 25 interceptions. Like,
Hey man, Gino's good when he has a team. I don't take much on. I can't take anything from that
the
Raiders.
Raiders and
I couldn't place like that could have been Tom Brady back there. He's probably not doing shit because that is the worst line I've ever seen with my 2 eyes.
yeah, it's
That was
it's
worse
tough.
than watching Dimitri Jacobs in person.
No, nothing is worse
God.
than that. No.
I do really like this
That I
Cooper
take.
pick.
That I take. That I take.
Cooper's. I think Cooper's a solid player. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Any guy who
And now
wins a
you
national
have-
championship, I feel like they just like he's a really good player. He's a really
Like
all-around good receiver.
Gino, say what you want about Gino, he's not that good, but you're giving him a pass catching unit of Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper Jr., and Kenyon Sadiq. That's pretty good.
Also, the Bills did have some Cooper like chatter. I saw going into the draft.
Maybe they do take
just why I
Denzel
haven't
Boston.
Take it. So
The
It's
Bills might be
interesting
the
that
team to take
Jets-
Boston, but I could see Caden McDonald to the Bills, honestly.
it'd be a nice fit on that D line.
Yes, for sure. If you're talking up Caden McDonald, I think the Bills could really use a nice D lineman.
They would probably like him quite a bit, I would think.
Oh, trade for the Titans. They
Wow.
are on-
Titans are on the clock.
Man, how
Yeah.
many times have the Bills moved back? To?
Whiteout?
Is it the
That's
fourth time
That's their
they've moved back?
fourth Trade back. That's
Okay,
their
so what
fourth
is
Good
this-
for
trade back.
Bean. Good for him.
I guess
They're
so.
taking one of the Tennessee corners, I'd imagine, either McCoy or Hood, because you're like that's your hometown guy, and you need a corner.
Yeah, but they also need a lot else. I mean, they also could use some offensive.
It could be
line.
edge,
They could also use some offensive line help. Let's be honest.
O line, perhaps linebacker. It could be anything, honestly.
It's someone who they value enough to get a 5th-year option on. That's the truth.
Well,
Someone who they care
something
about
tells me
enough.
that would be a prime position, like possibly another edge to go with Jermaine Johnson.
5th-year option on any player is usually good work.
So San Francisco got pick 179 from the Jets, and that's all. So not a lot,
Yeah,
quite honestly.
I mean, they went down to 33, so
Yeah, but you lose
it's a
the 5th-year option.
lot lower salary. I think you see team to team. Yes, you want the 5th-year option. Salary drop from first round to second is impactful on teams that have high salary caps.
Yep.
I think one
that's
of the
true.
biggest stories down the stretch of this first round is the slide of all these edge rushers because
Yeah, I get maybe
Like-
people are thinking, if they're all still on the board, I don't gotta take one yet.
I
That
think it's
kind
the
of-
nature of the deep class. It's like we don't need an edge rusher now because we
Yeah.
can get one of these guys later. They'll fall
All
into
right,
our
the
lap.
Titans
I'm
pick
happy
is
to see
in.
it.
The pick is
I
in.
kinda see.
The Seahawks, the final team of the first round.
I don't think this.
Wow, we
one's
might
gonna
be done
Nussmeier,
before 11, guys.
personally.
No,
Crazy.
I don't think Nussmeier gets picked in the first. So
no,
I mean,
no.
No,
Don't
Nussmeier
think
is not
Titans
going
traded
this
up for
round.
Nussmeier. Don't believe so.
Warren and Darnold are locked in at quarterback, so unless somebody trades up,
I would love for the Steelers to get Nussmeier tomorrow, though. in the second round.
That could happen.
I think that'd be a really good.
Or
pick by
another
them.
I think
team
they'd
could
have to
get
trade
Nussmeier.
up. Yeah, I think they have
What
to
about
trade
what
up.
about Arizona at 34?
Right now, Arizona's who I'm looking at.
Yep,
as
100%.
being the spot.
Gotta think about Arizona. Maybe.
If
No,
not
probably
Arizona, you have the Browns a few picks later.
I don't know if the Browns go down that well yet. I
Alright.
think you got guys, and you're just like not adding another QB to a dysfunctional I think you after the season you
Browns
reset
have
if
screwed themselves
necessary.
over. The Browns are just a poverty
Yeah,
franchise.
but after the season you can reset the whole of them, right?
Just,
And
yeah,
just be
after
done
this year,
with that.
blow it up. Draft
So
Dante out.
no point to
Dante
add
Moore.
one this year and make it a controversy and all.
All
that.
right,
It becomes
there he is,
stupid.
my least favorite, highly touted defensive tackle, Keldrick Falk.
Edge rusher.
He's
But
an
yeah,
edge rusher, but
yeah.
not surprised that they move up for a prime position here.
Yeah, I prefer a few of the edges over
him.
but definitely getting an edge is necessary. For
I
that
like
team.
I like Howell better than.
Well, because they didn't take Arvell Reese, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that was supposed to be the guy that we thought they were gonna take.
Yeah.
So
that's
then,
fair.
you know, well, back when
And
when
I
Arvell
guess-
Reese dropped
yeah.
out of 3, like we thought, oh, they take Arvell Reese, they solve their edge problem, blah 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 blah.
I still can't believe the Cardinals took.
It's a good pick.
Like a
It's
running
I
back.
won't like.
Three.
Yeah, Connor,
Maybe
you weren't there
not.
for that. I was hammering. I was like, why are we taking? Why
that's
are the Cardinals there?
horrible.
Why do the Cardinals
That's
need a running
horrible.
back? By the way, folks,
Not even the best Notre Dame running back.
for those
Jeez.
of you still watching,
You think Price is better?
No. I
for
don't
those
think
of you
he's
watching
bad.
either on replay or who are watching live, at the end of the first round, so it's 11 p.m. The draft is going to end in, the first round will end in about 10 minutes. We'll do a quick 10 to 15 minute recap because it ended earlier. We'll do a little recap of the first round. We'll go over our favorite picks, our least favorite picks, and give a little preview for tomorrow before we sign off. That'll be that. Because we have a little more time. Usually by the end of this, we're all tired. I mean, unlike the NFL, like or the guys in ESPN who get to go to the bathroom during commercial breaks, we've been sitting here for 3 hours at this point. But usually we're sitting here for like 4. Usually it's like 7:45 to like midnight. So we have a little bit more energy in us. So we'll keep the stream going a little bit. For those of you still watching, and hopefully more of you tune in. I mean, geez. We're here. We're out here. Leave us comments. Give us your thoughts. Be nice. Be mean. Whatever you want to do.
Mansour Delane said when the Chiefs moved up to 6, he thought, "Damn, I wanted to go to the Chiefs." That's embarrassing. That's jeez, man. If he himself didn't think that you could have
you could take him at 6,
then you took him at 6.
Hey,
that's
now that the Titans just grabbed an edge at 31, I
They
wouldn't be
ran out of
shocked to see
time.
one at 32.
Whoa. That said 0-0-0 and didn't say the pick.
no.
again,
The
and
Seahawks are gonna get
graphics
Caden
off,
McDonald, and we're all
which just
gonna be
happens,
suffering.
Which
Seahawks are gonna take Caden McDonald.
I'm so confused.
Really? No.
Why
I don't
not?
see
The
it.
clock went to zeros, and then they like.
But let's take a
flipped
look
out.
for a second at their
The
D-line
pick
depth chart. You got
Is
Leonard
in.
Williams,
Is it
Jaron
in?
Reed,
Okay,
Byron
so-
Murphy the second. They're fine there. They're not taking a D-line.
The pick is in. They're not taking running back. They could go offensive line. There's still some good
Edge.
guards on the table. Edges
God,
are on
they
the
took
table.
Kendrick Falk.
And Connor,
That's
Jermod McCoy, and Colton Hood still on the board. I'm shocked that we've only had one true corner. I know Chris Johnson got picked, but we only had one cornerback on my board go tonight. That's crazy. I mean, in the first round, there were some good cornerbacks. Maybe injury problems. Who knows?
I think you could see a safety here after losing.
Davion Terrell falling to
you
David.
think the Toledo kid probably?
Could be just one of the thoughts I had as you
yeah.
lost starting safety.
His name. Yeah, McNeil
Emmanuel McNeil Warren, I think is his name.
Yeah, McNeil
Yeah,
Warren.
double name.
It's gonna be something. I'll tell you what.
A
By the
good
way,
safety class,
the
too.
Bruins lost tonight. If
Yeah,
you guys didn't
Very
know,
solid safety class.
sad.
So did the Knicks, so I'm happy.
Bruins
The
down
Hawks
2-1
won?
in the series.
Wow.
Hawks won
Wow.
by 1 again, a 1-point win again.
Are we getting
The series
Celtics
is
Hawks next
insane.
round?
We
That
could
would
be. It seems that way. I mean, that is.
Well, hey, we
all
gotta
3
take care of
games.
business first, all right? Let's not count our eggs before they've hatched, all right?
Are we getting Sixers Hawks in the second round?
The NBA, Adam Silver would never let that happen. Never would let that happen. Be
At
the
least
lowest
one
rated.
of the Celtics or Knicks will advance.
Well, Celtics are getting Tony Brothers tomorrow, so good luck.
I love Tony Brothers. What are you talking about? Great ref. Never has done anything wrong ever.
You know who could be? They could be going Nick Singleton here too, losing Kenneth Walker. Though I think they like whatever that kid's name is that someone
Singleton
played.
over Allen though. I feel like
It
Katron Allen
could-
is
Yeah, possibly.
Nick
It could
as
be. It
backup.
could be Price as well. Who is the kid that played some for them?
Their third running back, I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I
Um,
hit it any time on him.
would
one
it be?
week.
Well, they signed him.
I remember that, Connor. I remember that.
for
George
Kenny
Alani.
McIntosh.
Yeah.
They had
They sent Kenny
Holani and
McIntosh?
McIntosh in there.
No,
Emmanuel
George
Wilson
Holani's the
signed
guy.
in the off. They don't need a
George
running back.
Alani's
I
what
don't.
I'm thinking
I
about.
see no world where they take running back. Charbonnet is capable of being that guy. Like, I
That's fair. It's just
understand-
thought. Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I forgot they signed.
All right, the
Isn't
Seahawks pick is in.
Is Charbonnet not like? Is he gonna be back to start the year?
But is he? Let me see what the timeline is on that.
Because that is a knee injury that took him out for the playoffs.
Yeah, and it was not a good knee
Oh,
injury.
okay. So it is looking like he could miss the first half of the season, which that could mean running back is taken here.
They signed Cam Akers too, I guess. But
Damn it,
Okay.
that's not gonna do anything. Come on.
whoa. Cam Akers Super Bowl champion.
Yeah. What are we talking about, Andrew? Be
I've
better.
never been
hell
a
is-
I've never been a Cam Akers fan. I remember everyone was hyping him up on the Rams. I was like, nope.
Super Bowl champion.
before the-
I don't
before
care
the
what you
Achilles.
say. Super Bowl
Cam Akers
champion.
before the Achilles was good, but like
Super Bowl champion Cam Akers, and that is all I have to say about that. You can say whatever you want. You can't take that ring away. Ever. All right, the
That ring,
Seahawks
you
pick
probably
is
have
in. They're on the podium. I think it's a Seahawks
Let's
fan
go,
announcing
Dylan.
the pick.
It's a make a wish.
Make a wish. Hey, we love Make a Wish. Love Make a Wish. All right. Reigning Super Bowl champions. Thanks
I
for,
love
thanks
this
for
kid.
shoving it in my face. Holy cannoli.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Got to replace Kenneth Walker.
okay.
it
Darian
makes sense
Price.
if Charbonnet's out
two
the first
Notre
half of the
Dame
year.
running backs.
2 Notre
in the
Dame running backs in the first round.
Hey man, if you were good enough to basically be a 45-55 split with the guy who went third overall, you gotta be good.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
Like
We
I think
had
that's
2
fair.
Notre Dame running backs go tonight and 0 Tennessee cornerbacks, and I did not think that would happen.
he was literally the Zach Charbonnet to Jeremiah.
What if
Love's
Zach
Kenneth Walker.
Charbonnet gets
That guy stole
Jadarian
touchdowns
Price?
last year.
Holy moly, that'd be crazy.
So if you have Zach Charbonnet and Jadarian Price come November, who's the lead back?
George Halani's grabbing the touchdowns on the goal line.
That'd be
Call it
crazy.
in.
Okay, all right. So the first round is over. Let's shift over to just a brief discussion. Andrew, I'm going to start with you because you were here at the beginning. Give me your thoughts on the first round. Give me like 3 or 4 sentences, just your quick like overall thoughts in the first round. Then I'm going to go to you, Connor, and then I'll go.
So a big thing I'm seeing is there's certain positions that I feel like the media was overvaluing and certain positions that the media was undervaluing. Like I did not see all these edge rushers and corners falling another day, but then you had, if you look at how many different O-linemen were taken, I feel like the tackle class was a little bit undervalued. Running back class maybe a little undervalued. Quarterback class even, you could say. Simpson going as early as he did. Nussmeier with a bit of a buzz at the end of the round as well, at least on our part. But when I look at top picks from the night, Caleb Downs, I understand the Cowboys kind of blew it later, but Caleb Downs was a home run pick to me. That
We'll get
Ruben
to
Bain
picks.
level-
We'll get to picks in just a second. I'm gonna go to Connor. Connor, your overall thoughts will allow you to sort of touch upon the top picks that you weren't here for in just a second, but just your overall thoughts in the first round, your takeaways headed into round 2 and 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, a bit of an odd one. Certainly a fun round.
Yep.
Very dramatized, especially towards the end. I think you got a good watch out of it. Went a lot faster, which is just fantastic.
Which
First
we
round wrapping up
love.
by 11. First round wrapping
The
up
amount
by
of times
11
my jaw
Eastern
dropped
is
tonight
pretty
is
solid. Very, very, very solid with that. Yeah, started off with that Jeremiah Love at 3 pick. Just kind of felt like, there was not a good sense of who was going where in this draft from
Ever.
insiders. It
Ever.
definitely felt like valuations were so off from what teams had in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Just, I'm quite happy the way this went for my team. Mike's
Butter
quite
soaked.
happy because he got his guy for the Patriots.
Caleb, I'm excited about Caleb. I'm hyped.
Every NFL team's fans are happy that their team did not take Denzel Boston.
Well, except
a
for the
good
Eagles who
first
took
round.
Makai Lemon, but whatever.
Yeah, funny thing, I saw
Okay, but
something.
Makai Lemon is not as consensus a bad prospect, clearly, as Denzel Boston is.
That's
Makai
fair.
Lemon was on the phone with the Steelers when the Eagles traded up to take him. That's pretty cool.
That's insane.
No, I mean, I don't dislike Makai Lemon. Like, he's not a terrible player. I just didn't view him as a first rounder. I think he'll find his place, and it's the mold that's worked. If you can develop him well enough, he can become good. He's just not going to be that guy out of the gate.
I'd
so
say
not-
Allen Robinson's his floor. Amon-Ra could be his ceiling.
I can't give him an Amon-Ra ceiling, but I think a very high impact first round. A lot of stuff happening. Good amount of shockers, not like complete shockers, but wow, I didn't expect that guy to go. To
I would
this
say
location
the Ty
or this
Simpson pick was
high.
the shocker of the first round for sure.
I'm more shocked by Jeremiah Love going 3. I think.
No, there was so much buzz.
That didn't
They
shock
already have
me.
like 7 running backs on that, right? Does the Cardinals not have like 18 running backs already?
They
Like,
do. Yeah. So I'll take it over from here. Like I think it was a very fun first round. Obviously,
They also signed Tyler Algier.
Yeah.
Piss me off.
So it was a fun first round.
Is clearly just chopped liver.
I think the lesson from tonight is like there are still plenty of good players available tomorrow. So I think there were a lot of teams that made good selections. I think there were a lot of teams that made sort of questionable decisions, and we're going to get into those in a second. Fun first round, a lot of like small trades, not really any big like moves that we've seen in the past, but a lot of like.
I think Chiefs to 6 was solidly big.
No, I mean yeah, but we didn't see anything huge. We saw a lot of like these little trade backs.
Dexter Lawrence for pick 10.
Yes, I mean I guess if you include that, but
This was pretty normal draft trade wise.
Yeah, I'm just talking in terms of draft night. A lot of good picks, and it was a good first round. And I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. I think there's going to be more action tomorrow with how many quarterbacks are still on the board. Like there's going to be a lot of movement. So with that, we're each going to list. We're going to start out by listing our 3 least favorite picks of the first round. So however you want to determine it, it could be value pick, it could be whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna start with Connor. Connor, I'm gonna get 3 least favorite picks, and then we'll go our 3 favorite picks of the first round. So Connor, I'll let you kick it off. Start wherever you want.
As I was talking about a second earlier, Jeremiah Love's just it for me. I just don't like that pick. James Conner obviously off an injury, but still he was a very good running back before the injury. One of the more underrated. Sure. Then they signed Tyler Algier, who many people thought could take over as a running back 1 once he was free from 70% snap share Bijan. And then you just draft another running back that's going to take all other snaps again. Like what was I would be fine with the Jeremiah Love pick if he was taken over for James Conner. What the hell's the point of giving Tyler Algier like $8 million? Just a waste of resources there. Bottom 3, we said.
Bottom 3.
My next bottom pick would be Caleb Banks. I just don't get the pick there. fantastic 2024, but we're in 2026 now. He was out all of 2025, did not look great. And I know you lost Hargrave and Jonathan Allen, I think, in the offseason. So you needed a D tackle, but and not necessarily a nose. So maybe McDonald wasn't the pick, but Peter Woods is a much better offline D tackle than Caleb Banks is. There's a few guys that I'd probably go higher too. Lee Hunter comes to mind at Tech. Big fan of his, but it just didn't make sense as a pick to me. Did not like it at all. And the final pick that stood out to me was Keldrick Falk there at 31. I think there were about 8 edge rushers better. He was a guy that people rumored to the Bucks, and I genuinely would have jumped out this hotel window if we picked Keldrick Falk.
He's just not good.
I don't think he'll be a good player.
No,
not a fan of the pick for. Ended up being Buffalo, or no, someone traded into it.
Tennessee
Traded into it. Right. This is a team that just traded for former first-round pick Jermaine Johnson, signed John Franklin Myers. Falk is incredibly young, one of the youngest players in this draft. Sure, just not a fan, and we'll see if Robert Saleh can build his next DeForest Buckner, but I don't see him being anything for a while.
Okay, Andrew, over to you.
All right, so I'd say my bottom pick. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but Ty Simpson is my bottom pick in this first round. I just don't think it makes sense for a Super Bowl contending team to be thinking about the future in round 1. Maybe take a quarterback day 2, but Matthew Stafford is your guy for the next couple of years. This just doesn't feel like the right time for this kind of pick. That's how I feel about that pick. Second worst, definitely. Second worst, probably Malachi Lawrence to the Cowboys. This is how you feel about Keldrick Falk, Connor. That's how I feel about Malachi Lawrence. There were probably 6 edge rushers on the board better than Malachi Lawrence.
Can I ask?
On top of it, edge rusher probably wasn't even Dallas's top need. You could have just gone inside.
Can I just ask one question to both of you? If you had to pick between Malachi Lawrence or Keldrick Falk, who?
I'm picking the guy with 4.5 speed. And you knew the Cowboys wanted him. That was like connected forever. I'm taking the guy with the athletics to do anything. A guy that had 20 sacks in college, other speed there, and on the defense that built a very heavy speed guy in Micah Parsons.
All right, and Andrew, your third pick.
My third worst pick is going to be the one that I was away from a little bit, but Chris Johnson of Miami, I understand, was getting some buzz as maybe a late first round pick, but when you have the Tennessee guys on the board, when you have A.J. Terrell's little brother on the board, there are other corners you could have taken here. So Ty Simpson, really just about wrong time for the Rams to make that pick. These other two, more just... You picked the wrong guy at their position, and there were probably some other positions that could have made for better picks there.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go through my 3, and I'm going to try not to repeat what everyone else has said, so I can at least be a little bit interesting. For my least favorite pick, we'll have fun with it. I mean, I've been talking about him all night. I'll go Makai Lemon. When you have the last name of a type of car that everyone makes fun of because they suck so bad, there's no way you could be a good wide receiver in the NFL.
What about the fruit, the flavor?
I do like lemon lime Gatorade.
Sour. Come on, that's
like
sour.
That. Okay, here's why I don't like Makai Lemon. Listen, I watched.
He didn't run at the combine.
Well, there's a reason for that. I watched tape of a whole lot of players. And Connor knows I watch a lot of highlight tape, not because I am lazy, but because I do like to watch players at their best. All right, and I still feel like you can get a good sense of like what a player looks like from their tape, right? Highlights, whatever. And I watched Makai Lemon's highlight tape, and I said, are these the highlights, or are these just plays? It's just really unimpressive to me. He just doesn't feel like a wide receiver who's going to be anything super special. And, like, will he have some success at the NFL level? Probably. But I just don't think he's anywhere. He shouldn't be anywhere near the first round. Mid second round at best. And I think at 20 to a team like this, it's just, ugh. Like, please, like, don't ever do that again. My second least favorite pick, I think I have to repeat what Connor said. Caleb Banks is just like, it's got to be the dumbest pick I've ever seen. I just think of all it
Bold.
gets. It's just
Ever?
like
Ever seen?
not ever, but it's such a dud pick. Like, it's such a deflating pick to pick Caleb Banks because I just don't know if there's anything good about him, and there's so many guys better than him. So it's like, what is there to really like about him? And also, there's so many other guys, and also it's a defensive tackle at 18. Just
He
not.
reminds me of Keon White, the guy that the Pats took a couple years ago.
Yeah,
That tweener
yeah.
build, tackle.
And then the third one, I will repeat what Andrew said. I'll go with Chris Johnson. Secondary, it's just not the guy. Like, there's other guys, and even if you're like, oh, but there's injury, like, there's other guys better than Chris Johnson. I think there's probably between 5 and 7 picks in the first round that I think are bad. I think there's, a bunch of decent ones and a couple good ones. Now, reverse it. We're going to go through our 3 favorite picks. Andrew, I'm going to start with you. Your 3 favorite picks in the first round. Your 3 picks that you're like, yes, that is a fantastic pick.
All
And
right,
then we're
so
going to hit
there
the
were
winner of round
two.
1.
There were 2 that really stood out to me, and one is early enough that I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Caleb Downs at number 1 over this earlier pick because I just think the Cowboys such a need for a safety, and Downs is such a special safety. This is Kyle Hamilton 2.0 right here for the Cowboys, and I know they kind of botched their draft later. It's the 2 extremes for the Cowboys tonight, but for me, yeah, Caleb I just spoiled my next one, but Caleb Downs, I think, is the best pick. David Bailey is a close second. I know he was the second overall pick. I know Arvell Reese was getting a lot of buzz there. David Bailey as just a pure sack getter, edge rusher. That's exactly what the Jets needed to replace Jermaine Johnson, can sort of anchor that pass rush and really give guys like, I mean, the Patriots are lucky. Maybe the O-line pick for the Patriots was a response to the Jets taking a guy like David Bailey because Drake May would have been running for his life against the goddamn Jets. And then for my third pick, there's a few different ones that I could go with here, but I feel like Casey Conception to the Browns, just such a good.
It's a good one.
Him and Judy are gonna be a pretty solid 1-2 punch. Judy kind of that quarterback's favorite, but Conception the overall best talent. I think the Browns receiver room just got a little bit better with that pick tonight.
All right, Connor, your top 3.
Yeah, my number 1's by far and away Vega Ioane. He's my number 3 player in the class. I know, guard. Can't pick a guard high. You had the worst guard in the entire NFL, and it's not even particularly close in Daniel Faalele last year.
Yeah, it was so
basically
bad.
the whole reason that Lamar couldn't get a clean pocket, and now you replace him with the best guard prospect I've ever seen in my life. Lost Linderbaum as well, obviously. Let's get a absolute beast to pave the way for Derrick Henry up the middle and for Lamar. Just a slam dunk pick there, and shocked that he didn't go higher just by how talented he is. Second, I'll be a homer. Just because you're getting probably top 7 value at 15 in Ruben Bain Jr. Ignoring off the field issues. Just I know there are a little bit of concerns about his arm length, right? I'm not necessarily super concerned about anything like that. But it just felt like the value on him was fantastic at at 15. My third and final favorite pick in the draft. Since I'll try not to. Obviously, I've mocked KC Conception to the Browns, so I'll try not to
Not to
backpack
repeat too
off
much.
that one. If I were to pick another pick here, I think it'd probably be Arvel Reese to the Giants. I just think the value of what everyone thought was a guaranteed top three at 5.
Yep.
Although it felt like the obvious pick, he is going to be a fantastic edge rusher. Obviously, I think a hybrid at first, but down the line, he is going to be a very very good edge rusher.
Yeah,
My favorite in the class.
that's a good segue, Connor, because my favorite pick of the night was Arvel Reese. Like, I think sometimes we don't give enough credit to when teams make their simple but obvious pick. That's Arvel Reese. Like, perfect pick. He fell. He was, I think he's the most dynamic defensive player in the draft. And he fell to you at 5. You made the right pick. Easy. Been there, done that. You thought he was almost a lock to go top 3. And you got him at 5. And you don't have to trade up. You don't have to make a move. Get him. You draft him. I think the Giants had probably, if we're going to evaluate just teams overall, probably, and I know they had 2 picks, so like it's a little bit different, but they really had a very good night. In round 1, I thought they really would. My second favorite pick, and I've been debating what this really means, but my second favorite pick is Ty Simpson. I love this pick. I am so happy about this pick. I think it is just it's the right move for the franchise. And again, it is you're giving a guy who didn't have a lot of experience in college the chance to sit behind a future Hall of Famer in Matthew Stafford, one of the best pure passers in the NFL, for at least a year, probably just a year, but at least a year. You're giving Ty Simpson one of the best offensive minds in the NFL in Sean McVay. You're going to give him a great team to surround him. You're going to get him on a 5-year contract. And in the event that Matthew Stafford goes down with injury, which could have happened at the start of last year, right? Remember, he had those neck problems. You have a legitimate backup quarterback who can go in there and actually play well. So, setting up for your future, I think we've seen some teams can do it very well, and those are the teams that have good offensive minds and trust the process by having a quarterback sit. Ty Simpson, I've always said he's the guy to sit for a full year and then be really, really freaking good. His motion, everything is great. He's going to learn how to like process and read a defense with Stafford and McVay, and I can bet the house on that. My third favorite pick of the night, and it really should come as no shock because, to be honest, I think that this pick, a lot of people are going to overlook it, and I think that they shouldn't. And I think that's Monroe Freeling to the Panthers. I think that this is like, if we're going to talk about the most unassuming pick of the night, that's Monroe Freeling. He is really, really talented, I think, and wherever they put him, whether it's at tackle or guard, I think they're going to have a lot of success. And that Panthers offensive line being just another step better this year, despite the fact that I have huge reservations about Bryce Young, will allow them to run the ball better and will allow Bryce Young to at least have more time in the pocket. So I didn't want to repeat. I do really love the Ione pick, and I do really love the Ruben Bain pick, and I do really love the Conception pick, but if I'm just saying the same things, what's fun? So we're going to turn to just one final mini segment. We're each going to go through 2 things. Our favorite, our team that we thought ended round 1 with the best overall, like, going into day 2, which team had the best overall round 1. And then number 2, it will be one player who we think continues to drop tomorrow. Just a prediction. So I'll start with Connor.
One player I pray continues to drop is going to be CJ Allen. But
Drops until the 15th, yes.
But he won't be my pick. Actually, one of you is going to say Boston, so I'll hold off on that. One person I really do see continuing to drop would be Cassius Howell. I know Andrew is pretty high on
I like him
him.
too. Yeah.
I would love to see Cassius Howell continue to drop and fall into the Patriots' lap.
Yeah, just like it felt like he was. I don't know. Didn't felt like he was good once he got to the SEC to me, compared to how good he did at Bowling Green. He good run defender. I'll give him that.
Still 11.5 sacks at Texas A&M.
Sure. I don't take much from sack numbers in college football. It's not one of the things that sticks out to me. It just feels like a slow starter and feels like someone that might be a development guy for someone that's already a senior. And that's just not the combination you want. He could
He took a big step
eventually.
up from year 1 to year 2 at A&M, and Bowling Green, his final year, yes, was better than his first year at A&M, but he's now gotten back to that level, I'd say.
Either way, fifth year senior who still feels like a project is just the double whammy of fall in a draft.
Okay, Andrew, your faller and your favorite team. Carl, did you say your favorite team?
I did not say my favorite
Say
team.
your favorite team. My bad.
My favorite team through the first round. I'm gonna not try to backpack off one of my favorite players because then it'd just be the Ravens pretty simply.
The Bucks.
I'd still be the Ravens. Ione is just that much above to me. I'm gonna say the Chiefs, although I do not like the value on Delane. I think getting both Peter Woods and the clear CB1 in the draft and Delane is great work for a team that's looking to get back to contention. Just build up that defense, replace those cornerbacks you lost. It'll be an interesting first half of the season for this Chiefs team that likely will not have Pat Mahomes till midway through the year. But I think just building up the important positions is massive. I don't think they had to trade up, but they didn't give up an obscene amount in that deal. Third and fifth this year, got a fifth back on the trade down later. So basically, trade a third round pick to secure the best corner in the draft to them, and to it seems like everyone, because no other corners went.
No other corners went. Yeah.
Other than Chris Johnson.
Well, I guess but that doesn't really count.
So yeah, I'll go with the Chiefs there.
Andrew, you're up.
All right. Well, my player that I think is going to continue to fall, I'm going to go with Jermod McCoy.
Dang it, that's what I was going to say. I mean, come on.
Because when you have a guy who has some injury concerns headed into the draft, if he's falling out around 1, I think that's a sign that he's going to continue to fall, because that means that the concerns about the injuries were not just smoke that's going to continue to snowball. Then, in terms of my best team, there's only one team that I gave. Hang on. There's only one team that I gave multiple A's out to tonight, and that team is the New York Jets. David Bailey, Omar Cooper Jr. I know, crazy for me to say the Jets had the best first round, but they just did, because David Bailey, Omar Cooper Jr. are going to be instant difference makers. I know Kenyon Sadiq, not necessarily the biggest need filler, but he is an incredible talent as well. You're adding 2 pass catchers on top of Garrett Wilson that are going to make a difference from day one. So Geno Smith, as I said, not a great quarterback, but his life is going to be made a lot easier with everything he has around him. And then on the defensive side, a true leader in David Bailey. With Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner headed out, you bring David Bailey in alongside Demario Davis. This Jets defense hasn't missed a beat.
Mario Davis.
So he's 38 years old. Okay.
But David Bailey is going to lead the Jets.
So because Andrew took my pick, I'm just gonna go for the chalk Denzel Boston, who I just may not get drafted in the second round. Though probably will, but he's gonna continue to drop. And I think for good reason. I've already talked enough about the point. And my favorite team, I already mentioned it, but I think the Giants. I really like. I mean, the Reese pick. Already told y'all, my favorite pick of the night. And I think Francis Mayoga, or is it Mayaga? Whatever his name is. Apologies. But I think that's a really solid pick for them. Improving the offensive line. You have a young quarterback who, who you want to protect, who can sometimes make bad decisions out of the pocket. You want to keep him protected, and he had a couple concussion issues last year, so you want to make sure that the offensive line is able to handle stuff if guys get injured or guys aren't playing well, like Andrew Thomas, who had a rough year. So he had a great year at Miami, and he's versatile. He can play guard if you need. So that's it. We could keep talking about this all night. We won't because I'm tired, folks. Any final words? Anyone got any final words? And Connor, please don't say.
Are we going round 2?
I don't think so. I got
No?
dinner tomorrow night. I can't.
Yeah, I don't think I'm around tomorrow either, but
Sorry. Connor.
Nussmeier going to the Cardinals, calling my shot.
Okay.
I had him taking a quarterback this draft, so.
Any final thoughts, Connor?
Give me a linebacker.
Give him
or
CJ
McCoy
Allen.
Dropping.
And please,
Just
please,
one of
Cassius
McCoy,
Howell fall
CJ
for
Allen.
Patriots.
Andrew might have to trade up for that one. All right,
McCoy,
folks.
CJ Allen, or
Take an edge either way.
All right, folks. Thank you all for listening. For those of you who've made it this far, appreciate you. I don't think many have. I'm not sure who has. But if you're watching this on the rewatch, we appreciate you as well. Please tune in next year. Please, enjoy the content. We put out a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. That's mainly what we do. But one day a year, we actually get on a live stream and show our faces and do this whole thing live. But it's really no different than a podcast. It's just like a lot longer. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back next year for the 8th annual draft live reaction stream, whatever we call it. But this was the 7th, and it was a good one. And we'll see what happens in the ensuing rounds. Have a great night, and continue enjoying the Master Plan content.